Life is short. Why spend it being a fool? I am Killer B, the Witchfinder General. I'm live. What's going on today? Tonight, y'all, I'm Killer B, the Witchfinder General. For those of y'all don't know, tune in for the first time. Now it's a great time to hit that like button. Share this information because it's very valuable to all of us here. Hopefully get some people to join me tonight. Really didn't feel like going live tonight, but I'm going to do it, see what happens. I feel the information is important. And I shouldn't hold back on it. Who knows who could be watching tonight? And this could be the first time they figure it all out. That they're in a cult. Being a fool. For Mr. Ben Amin. All right. We're going to get it in tonight. So let's get my volume up here. All right. I hope it stays up. All right. Y'all saw my confessions video the other night. We're talking about the Kingdom of Yah, the Ben Amin cult. Fortunately, Ben Amin is no longer with us. I guess Yah didn't preserve him forever. We're going to be checking out some people's experience within the cult and how the cults run. There have been some people that have been arguing about me. I don't know what I'm talking about. They don't live on the compound, but we're getting on this information to people that live on the compound. So we can hear what they got to say. We already talked about last night when a woman was attempted to be raped, drugged and raped, and how the people try to sweep it under the rug. And this man took it on his own to seek justice. And he went into the house of the perpetrators and beat them almost to death. It's a shame that a man has to do that the authorities can't take care of these things. I guess sometimes shit happens. People get caught up in the moment. I don't advise anybody to do any of those things. I advise you to contact your local authorities if anything life-threatening or anything like that goes against the law. Your human rights should be the first people that you go to. All right. So, got one person in the room. I'm going to go ahead with my intro. I'm going to get back to the show. Hopefully, I get some more gas in my system. Get this thing going. All right. Right back there.
Men give humanity the man portrayed on the screen so vividly that you flinch. This man showed no mercy in the pursuit and interrogation of his victims. He was called the Witchfinder General.
Witchfinding ain't easy. Fucking trick one. Get this one. Y'all can get your heads locked, spin away like prison. Intelligence agencies tracing me. Seeing what I did lately, amazing. They not seeing all the sheep graceful. Flaming pins of Josh, get rocked. Mountaintops go fly. Right enough, fight enough. Yet I'm so nice when I expose. Fuck y'all clothes, costume shop roll. Catch info like a stroll. Feeling old, so grab the switch. I'ma extol my foes cause they snitch. Since they can't ruin me, I'ma ruin them. That chopped off head will still spin. Burning witches in their sin. You can't lie, you can't die. I know what y'all said. Just as flesh decay, but eternally, I don't see it that way. I paved the road clear is what you said, but your cult gonna leave people dead. You claim Yah, but Yah don't know you. Watch your desires overthrow you. Man fall down, man go boom. Mask wearing like doom. All caps like y'all yelling. That's a rap. Might as well be felons. Y'all words will never see. On YouTube, acting precious. This the nexus. Feel the sun from the solar plexus. Taste the breakfast. finding all those devices that detect us. Yo, show respect, cuz.
What line of business, my dear? God's business. Witch finding. Witch finding. Oh, that's nice.
Y'all be looking for that next buzz or some love. Watch the general cool bloods, internet warriors caught up in dark corridors. Fiction like Mordor, should have stayed on the floor. Y'all know no origins. Laughing orphans, even though we got royal blood coursing. No more horsing, real life's more important. Y'all speaking cursors on yourself, claiming God and no one else. Blast you off the shelf, burn your whole library. I see you do it, look, y'all claim to learn, reading from the Jewish books. Y'all some cookie crooks, lips caught up with a hook. Spooky beats drive me wild. Get stabbed, my knife holding child. Old man, old style. Used to pull kelp out the Nile, and I did it with a smile. Fake roots, smell vile. Rock like Hendrix at the aisle. After a while, see Egyptians on trial. Yeah, you, the one claiming brew. Unglued and unruly, expose their actions fully. Call me a bully, that's fine. This is how you get bullied straight from the mind. Burning them. We cats out there, you have faith in y'all, have faith. Niggas they read all this, they know all this. Maybe they speaking language, they speaking curses.
Be the first to see it. Be the first to talk about it. The Witch Finder General. Man's inhumanity to man portrayed on the screen so vividly that you flinch. This man showed no mercy in the pursuit and interrogation of his victims. He was called...
Shut up. All right. No, it's funny, yo. I mean, test this shit, yo. Like, these Israelites are so sad. Like, they just so sad, yo. Like, they'll, like, as soon as you drop a video, they want to put something right behind you. Like, fuck that nigga, kill him. They're so depressed. They're really depressed people. They're like sadly depressed. Before I get out with the show, speaking of depression, I want to talk about Israel Doctrine real quick. There's been a video with I guess Sonnetter was talking to Israel Doctrine. Israel Doctrine decided to turn his camera on and show his home and stuff to Sonnetter. Why? I don't know. Well, they offered him $100 to do it. And he showed his camera. There was a whole bunch of like clothing and stuff all over the place and stuff. Like, you know what I mean? And now they're getting on they're getting on Israel Doctrine for the way his house looks. Right? I've been watching Israel Doctrine for a while. Yeah, he can be bugged out and shit. He can take shit a little crazy sometimes. Sometimes he act a little crazy, right? Well, I think the dude got some kind of good intentions, but there's definitely something upstairs, like up with him. Definitely. But other than that, I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's anybody that we might have to worry about plotting to kill people or anything like that. But to say that, I find it very sad that people like Michael Edwards, who's been on Israel Doctrine's ass for I don't know how many years, like countless years, and he's making fun of Israel Doctrine about his house. So he's trying to make make it scriptural that he should be getting on Israel Doctrine stuff for being slothful and lazy. But Israel Doctrine is quite productive. The man, he lives at home alone, I guess, as far as I know, as far as he tells us, I guess. And he's been showing me some of his projects, the works that he's been doing. And I would say, honestly, that Israel Doctrine has been more productive than the people that get on him. Very productive. I know, like, they go at it with what's his name, Khalil Amani. I like Khalil Amani. Like, I support Khalil Amani. And the Israel Doctrine, they go at it, whatever, shit. But I don't feel that's anything to be that's anything in my business. It doesn't affect, I would say, the world or people and stuff like that. So they can have their little disagreements and stuff. But what I saw when Israel turned that camera on, I hope he's watching. I saw depression. Those are the type of signs you see when someone's severely depressed. Someone that might be suicidal. You will see things like that, right? And I feel that it's a shame, and it really shows what this Hebrew Israelite movement is about. It's not about helping anybody. I had a past situation almost like this, where me and Negi was talking about him on the last show. I hope Negi pops up in here. I don't know, maybe he is in here. Look at the chat here. Man, come on. Buttons all stuck. Shit, it's crazy. We're talking about Chief Rabbi. We called him Chief. He's not Chief Rabbi. We called him Chief Rabbi. Hey, what's up, Myron? What's going on, man? Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. Chief David Israel, what we called him. He was one of the original members of Torah Nights and stuff. He's the one that started Torah Nights radio back in the day. He got in a situation where he lost his home. He became homeless. The man was going through a lot of things, and Torah Nights and some other Torah Night affiliates decided to ramp things up on him in his misery. The man was asking for help, and because of Mr. JN, people turned against him. Like I always said, like, people that are in the cult, they call people brothers and sister and brother and sister. But once you go outside of the doctrine or the requirements of the so-called leader of the group, everything goes to hell on you. And you find out that these people who you call brother and sister are not your brother and sister. I made a protest. Like, he even asked me. I tried to talk to him and stuff, and like try to help him find a way to get some bread in his pocket and stuff like that. And he felt that everybody turned against him. Now, which they did, right? I saw it. I tried to correct myself with it to help him out. And he's gone through this before. So there's nothing you can really say to him or to get him to think differently, because it was true. I saw it true, right? I don't know if the other members saw that it was true, but I went to the people. They made some videos on him and stuff that really weren't that cool. Like, you know what I mean? They're funny and stuff. You know how we got down back then. But when a person was going through something like what he was going through, it was fucked up for somebody to do that to him. Someone that used to consider him as a brother, or actually should still have considered him as a brother, because the only situation where people turned against him was because of the cult leader that was challenged on a situation. A very simple thing. It wasn't a challenge. It's a suggestion that the leader felt that he was being challenged. So to keep his power, he had to get him out of the way. So it turned into a big slander campaign. A lot of stuff, you know, they use his own words against him and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, that's fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this man going through some shit. He didn't do nothing to nobody in the group. And he got that treatment to further make his life more difficult. He already had horrible time trying to find a place to live. He was sleeping in his car. You know, this like your normal everyday things that you take for granted, he no longer had. No family, right? And I thought I was fucked up. And I see them doing the same thing now to Israel doctrine. right? So the man just got out of the hospital from a stroke, and you seem like you want this man to have another one or something worse by doing what you're doing. So Michael Everts, if you recorded that and all that stuff, he's not a bad guy. Israel Doctrine, he said in this thing, y'all turn him up a lot of the time. Y'all might know he's that way, and you will turn him up. You know what I'm saying? So he would feel for a defense, especially someone that feels defensive. Like, you know what I mean? He's going to try to turn up as much as he can. Now, being a Christian, as being a Hebrew, RGB Hebrew, and all this stuff, you should be conducting yourself better. Because you even saying yourself that you don't hate Israel doctrine, right? You like to fuck with him, right? But the man is going through some stuff, and he doesn't need all that extra shit. You know what I'm saying? I can see one thing if the man is going out of his way to cause havoc in people's lives. Like some of the shit he do is questionable. I don't agree with some of the shit that he do. But what he's saying, I wouldn't want to say it has some truth to it, but it like I don't know all the facts and stuff like that to speak on it. But what he doing is a right thing. If all the things add up to what he says it is. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of fake people out there. Just like I showed with Sarnetta. Right? He talked about Polite was a child molester, pedophile, whatever, messing with that, his niece, underage niece. And then we see him the other day go to the Mayweather fight with him. So it seems like the people that's doing the real damage, those are the people that, yeah, Myron, there's a doctor, he gets to put out some good stuff now here and there. It's fucking like this bugged out that the people that do the worst, that go out to destroy people on purpose, gets a pass. Don't get any ministry, none of that shit, right? But the people that actually try to help people, that try to better their own life and better others' lives and stuff like that, when the people want to turn on them or go at them, it's like the whole world is there to try to make it stick. But the people that deserve it, people love it, right? So it makes me, sometimes it doesn't want me, like tonight, I didn't really want to hit the button, right? But I figured that somebody might can get some, who knows, right? I've been looking at my analytics and stuff where a lot of my stuff come from, my viewers come and how they come in here and stuff like that. So I was like, hey, I might gain somebody here, right? A lot of my old school viewers and stuff like that, they don't went on back to the fucking shit house. You know, they can go ahead and do that because they already know better because they're stupid, right? Stupid people do things like that. Dumb got an excuse. When you're dumb, you got an excuse. You don't know no better. But when you're stupid, that means you know better, but you choose to do it anyway. Right? So the stupid, I don't got no fucking remorse for. They can go to hell in the hand. Right? I'm not gonna put you there. You're gonna put yourself there. Right? So I just wanted to say that real quick. Let me get on with the show. I'll put the link in the chat. Anybody want to come out here and chill with me? Yeah, I just find it disgusting. Disgusting. And that people don't see that. People that don't have enough fucking common sense. People that mama didn't raise them to be fucking people. Daddy didn't raise them to be fucking people. And we can see it. Right? Oh, And I've been listening to this lady, the video I'm about to play. I've been listening to this woman. She looked like Sister Soldier. It's funny. These some people too. She got a book. I like to read the book and stuff. This video has been like off the air basically for like good 7-8 years already. So I don't know where this lady, they might have killed her ass, all we know. But her channel's still up. She got some good stuff in there, some great stuff. Some of the stuff I was like, shit, I'm not fucking with you on that. Like, but I see a lot of it, like they're telling the truth. But some of the stuff you can tell is people just coming out of the cult. So I'm not gonna like go in and I'm like, oh, you fucking dumb as hell and all this shit, like, right? Because that wouldn't be right. They're trying to find their way. For example, there was a woman that this lady interviewed, and she did a documentary on polygamy when she was in the cult. And now, today, she wants nothing to do with any of that shit. So she cleared the air and said exactly what really was going on, how she was feeling at that time, and all that stuff, right? Now, she's left the cult. She don't want nothing to do with none of that shit. Right? I feel her. But guess what she picks up? The Secret. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat and comments or whatever. But the guy that wrote the book, The Secret, he just came out of prison. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. He held a event where he got some followers to trek through the fucking desert. This guy is supposed to be partially a Native American. And at the end of the trek, they would go into a ancient Native American sweat house, which is like a big tent with a bunch of, like, they burn up making steam. Basically, it's like a big steam bath. And there was like maybe 3, 4 people died from that event. And the man went to prison. He's recently got out of prison or something, and he wants to start this shit back up again. So sometimes people, they leave the cult and pick up another cult, right? We get some people that leave the cult and keep the cult doctrine, right? So we gotta help some people and stuff find a way, not tell them what to do. Hey, you need to do this, you need to check this out, or whatever. Let them find their own way, but try to protect them if you know better. Know what I mean? For getting themselves into the same predicament again. Right? So let me put my makeup in here. Right. 1 second. Let me get this thing here right. Okay. This link in here. Whoever will come on, the panel is going to be open to give your experiences. I'm not going to tolerate no foolishness on here tonight. Oh, I got to thank the people that helped me out over here. I got to get my banner up. Can't forget that. All right. What's going on here? There we go. All right. Here. Right. Give me 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Please hit that like button, share, subscribe on the way in here. If you like the show, we appreciate it. Send me a donation, a Cash App, $ Coat Buster. All right, let's get this show on the road here. Let's get this thing on the road. Let's look this up. They got a list of ways to know if you're in a cult or not, right? They're gonna give their explanation to the thing, then I'm gonna give my explanation right behind it. Some of the stuff they're gonna naturally align right up. Some of the stuff you heard me say before. So we're not lying here. We're not lying. Telling the truth. So let's go.
But anywhere in the world. We have Marcia Rubin's 14 comic characteristics of a cult. So this is the information, you decide.
Okay, I would like to mention point number 1. Members swear total allegiance to an all-powerful leader who they believe to be the Messiah.
Absolutely. These people are from the Kingdom of Yah, led by Ben Amin, who is now dead, 6 feet rotten. This man said that he was the Messiah. He was the second coming of Christ. He was an agent of the goddamn Holy Spirit. That's who this man said he was. He got a vision from the angel Gabriel. He told his followers that he could disappear. And that he could raise the dead. Look at Judah Nazareth. Says that UFOs follow him. That God gave him that Temple Man information. That he's Elijah. He told us on numerous occasions. Got plenty of witnesses for that. Yeah, he's Elijah. Look at General Yohanan. That Yahweh set him up. He's second in command after Yahweh Shai, who the world called Jesus Christ. Come on now. Use your fucking heads.
And it is a fact well known in our community and of our community that Ben-Ami, its leader, its spiritual head, has declared himself unequivocally as the Messiah. Yes. And there is no question that he has sought and has acquired politically, spiritually, physically, financially, and otherwise total allegiance, and thus operate as an all-powerful personage at the very, very head of the community. He has no counsel. He has no opposition. He is, in fact, a total unilateral dictator at this point for all practical purposes.
Correct. That's very true. And he's written books to prove it. Okay, so number 2, rational thought is discouraged or forbidden. This is very, very true. One of the first things that you are taught once you come into the community as a member is sit down, shut up, and listen, because you don't know nothing. You know, if you're not reading materials that Ben-Ami put forth, if you're not studying them and you cannot spout the material verbatim, then this is discouraged, and anything outside of that doctrine is frowned upon. People attending college and attending higher institutions of learning are often referred to as educated fools. So even the adults are taught immediately that.
You hear that? I'm talking educated fools. If you want to go to college, if you want to better yourself after high school, some of your parents never went to college. Some of your parents never graduated high school. And the things that they were fortunate enough to have a decent job so they can raise you up to be better than they was and have better opportunities. But you come across this cult and they will tell you that you're a wasted time. They're this educated fool. Now, The people that's involved with this, that I come across on Facebook, they said they're not like the One West camps. They don't do it, but it's the same shit. You hear these people saying the same thing they say if you was in IUIC, ISUPK, goddamn GMS, GOCC, Commandment Keepers, or whatever, ever cult you want to thug, or goddamn IKGIC, or whatever letters and numbers of the hell you is. You're gonna hear the same shit. I showed y'all articles from the 1970s with people saying the same thing these people are saying. And you're gonna got your monkey boogie eating ass up here talk about that we not like them. We not like them.
This is the law, and you obey it, and anything else is vehemently frowned upon.
And labeled as a deception. Right.
Told me what I want to go to school, what I want to go to college for. Yahweh Shai coming back in 2000. Yahweh Shai wasn't running for office. Yahweh Shai wasn't running for mayor. What you got to vote for?
So number 3 of the cult characteristics, the cult's recruitment techniques are often deceptive.
That's true.
Well, I have to admit that the recruitment techniques are clothed in a great deal of highly spiritual language, and the term culture has been used and used and used. We were told to dress in our culture.
What old JN Tora Nice is doing, trying to get us to wear and Trey tell wife to make them stupid ass clan suits. Like what they call them, jalabis or some shit that the Muslims wear, them long tunic thingamajiggies. Wanted us to wear them shits and damn kappa hats or whatever, the damn nigga yarmulkes. I call them nigga yarmulkes and shit, right? To draw yourself, make yourself look different from the rest, to separate. And what it also does is part of a recruitment process. Because if you dress differently from everybody in the world, people are going to ask. People are going to stop you on the street and ask you, why do you dress that way? Why do you have the little tassel things hanging from your shirt? Why you don't eat pork? You know what I mean? So, and then you tell them, and it's a potential for that person to want to go further study what you are, or join your congregation, cult, church, or whatever you want to call it. It's marketing.
Right.
Let's explain. Let me break this out. If you follow the Most High, does He require you to dress a certain way? Does He require you not to wear Nikes and shit? You can't wear Nikes. You gotta wear sandals. You gotta wear a long ass motherfucking shirt that's down to your damn ankles. See what I mean?
Which represented something higher and something high, holy, and sacred, and that anyone who did not dress like that was simply out of ignorance, or that they were part of the deceiver.
Now, you said you love program. Like, I don't know how. I think she's been out of it, the group, the cult, for a long time. She wrote a book. Her videos, her like oldest, real recentest video is like, I don't think like 8 years ago. So this happened a long time. They look like spies. Yeah, you wildin'. But the ladies doing some good things though, Jennifer. You gotta listen to it. They're not in the cult, they out the cult. But I believe that they still hang on to the religion. You know what I'm saying? She know that shit bullshit. And now check this out, Jennifer. Check this out. Walk with me here. You moved to Israel with this cult. It might have been there your whole life. This lady probably been there 20 years, maybe or more. You know what I'm saying? And you live in Israel. Now you find out this shit's bullshit and you leave it alone, but guess what? Your ass is still in Israel. So just imagine you thinking you a damn Israelite. You don't move your ass to Israel. Been there 15, 20 years or whatever, and find out all this shit bullshit. And you done left everything in America. You left everything. Your family, they don't want nothing to do, nothing with you because you bugged out in their head. You don't celebrate none of the shit they celebrate. You done totally dissociate yourself with them. You know what I'm saying? You might have lost your citizenship. Then you might have made you a citizen of Israel now. You know what I'm saying? So just think about what this lady could be going through mentally from all of this. And like I said, I believe she still practices her faith. I don't know if she still does. Like I said, her most recent video is like 8 years old. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Thanks for comment.
First or the deceived. So definitely in that sense, the cult recruitment techniques, which tell you that everyone else in the world is wrong, off, ignorant, etc. And you.
What? I just said that. You done disowned all your family in America and everything.
You are about to enter the promised land, and the only.
You about to enter the promised land. I'm getting the hell up out of Babylon. We going through the wilderness. We gonna go home. Right? You believe that. You believe that. So everybody you come in contact to is a goddamn fool. But guess what? You the goddamn fool. But you thinking everybody else in the world is stupid as hell except you.
Real holy community that exists.
More really, you're entering the spin zone.
Okay.
Okay, number 4. The cult weakens the follower psychologically by making him or her depend upon the group to solve his or her problems.
Hear that? Brother, sister, come over there. We can talk about this. Let's see what the Most High say about this, sister. Said, you're supposed to submit to your husband, sister. Under all, what how they say it? Supposed to submit under what? I forgot how they say it. But basically, you supposed to, whatever he say, that what you do. And you supposed to wait hand and knee and shit by your name.
Don't go to your doctor. What are you doing?
Uh-oh. Don't go to your doctor. I saw people on Sinetter today. Sinetter got the COVID, right? His dumb ass ain't going to the hospital or nothing and shit, right? And there's people up in there, don't take the vaccine, huh? Don't take the vaccine. They got some stupid ass bitch. I'm not gonna call her what she is. Stupid ass bitch up in there talking about you need to take Colado Silver. Now we done did videos on that shit over a year ago. And you got people in it. One nigga talking about boil some orange peels and inhale the steam over the orange peels. You got niggas talking about drink garlic and fucking all this shit. These niggas not no doctors. Ben-Ami believed in all vegetable diet. They vegans. They believe in remedies. I played the video the other night with the motherfucker was saying this shit. They'll go, they pick up some herbs or some shit like that. They get a stomach ache. They go get some herbs or whatever. Right? But guess what? Ben-Ami was in and out of the hospital when he was sick before he died. They wasn't giving that nigga no herbs. He was in the hospital. But these niggas will tell you that that's the house of the dead. That's what we was taught when I was coming in, that the hospital was the house of the dead. No blood transfusions. You're not supposed to break your seal, be operated on. Look at Sister Mary's husband. Didn't want to take a damn or organ transplant because the goddamn doctor was white. He's supposed to be on a certain diet. He following the goddamn cult, eating nothing but unleavened bread, and almost killed his damn self with a new kidney. The man that's got a kidney, and he about to fuck the kidney up over the goddamn cult. That the kidney could have went to somebody else that had some sense.
I'm going to that hospital. Don't go to a psychiatrist. We're going to give you a God mind.
All you need is these scriptures. You need to go to no shrink, no psychiatrist. Now, somebody come out here and call me a fucking liar. That's what I want y'all to do. I want somebody to come out here and call me a liar. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it.
Cleansing your mind of all of the foolishness that the world has taught you. Depend on us to solve all of your problems. You have a problem with your husband, come, let us solve that problem. You're having a problem with your wife? Okay, you can have 7 wives. So you don't have to listen to the one wife that's giving you problems. We can solve all of your problems. So come and join our community because we are the example for the whole world to follow. If this sounds familiar to you, you might want to open your eyes.
Yeah, I think that point is well made. Point number 5 of the 14 common characteristics of a cult. The cult manipulates guilt to their advantage.
Yes, yes, yes.
You find yourself up against any number of what I call guidelines that tell you what is appropriate about your dress and inappropriate about your dress. Tell you what is inappropriate about your speech, about your manner, about the way you think, about the way you make decisions. All of those things are scrutinized frequently. There are days when you should eat salt and there are no salt days. There are days when you should eat sugar and there are sugarless days. And if you happen to eat sugar on a sugarless day, you can bet you're going to get the guilties. If you happen to eat salt on a no salt day, you can bet you're going to get the guilties.
It's true.
So a great deal of that goes on. The cults definitely manipulate guilt to their advantage and to the advantage of the members of the cult or society or community.
That's true. Okay, now we have number 6. The cult leader makes all the career and you can go. If you can work, if you cannot work. What is the name of your child? Like
Let's hope somebody listens. Somebody. I'm already out the motherfucker, so he make me no damn difference. Anything y'all don't listen, I'll just have another show to do. Right around when one of these niggas kill me.
your child's life, your grandchildren's life. What we experienced was the leader, the spiritual leader of the community was so dictatorial that he even dictated what kind of underwear a man or woman should wear. He dictated who could get married, who could not. Every aspect of your life totally comes under his dominion. You want to travel? If someone is telling you when you can travel, when you cannot travel, where you can go, if you can work, if you cannot work, what's the name of your child, whether you can have a party or not. Every aspect of your life is under strict control from.
You hear that? Oh, it's my son's birthday. We don't celebrate birthdays out here. That's wicked. So now you can't. Oh, it's Father's Day. Oh, you can't celebrate Father's Day. That's wicked. That's of the devil. So now you're telling your daddy to go fuck yourself. I ain't celebrating no goddamn Father's Day. You're telling your kids you ain't getting nothing for your birthday. Now your kids looking at you crazy. It could be, you could be a single parent, and now the father of the child or the mother of the child wants to go take the child out for their birthday, and you got a big beef with it. And you wonder why now that they trying to take custody of their son or custody of their daughter. There's a lot of Hebrew Israelites that out here going through that. And y'all should sincerely should take a look at why these things are happening. And I know some, I'm not gonna say no name, I know some brothers, they got decent jobs, got good jobs. They're not like a bum motherfucker trying to get their kids. These people have careers and having problems with getting their kids. And you have to think why. What is making this man or making this woman want to take these kids, get these kids away from you? You can't see it, but everybody on the outside sees it. You don't see it, but everybody on the outside sees it. Clear as day.
One person, and that person's word is irrefutable. If you are in a group where there is a spiritual leader and only his discernment is the law of the community, beware. Please beware. Okay, enough said on that.
Okay, characteristic number 7. Cults exist only for their own material survival and make false promises to work to improve society.
Hear that? Let me break one down here for y'all. Let me break this one down here for you, right? One of my biggest things in the Hebrew Israelites, I always wanted to make it. I like improving things. Like me, I like fucking around with stuff to make things better. Like I can't leave shit alone. Even as a little kid, like I had son, I'll take that shit to bed, take it apart just to tweak it a little bit to make it work a little better. People would give me shit like back in the day, like an old ass computer, and then they come that they can't, it's broke to them. They throwing it out. I take it. They come to my house. They're like, "Oh shit, that's my how you got that computer doing all that shit? I couldn't do none of that shit." Like, yeah, motherfucker, you didn't take the time to do it, motherfucker. So and they gave you that and went out and brought a brand new computer, and I got their old computer working better than their brand new shit. And now they mad at me, right? So Torah Nights was one of the things, right? And what sparked me with Torah Nights, he said, "Yeah, man, we want to have something, where brothers can have some place, chill. We don't have to worry about the world and all that stuff. We can just serve Yahweh and all this shit." So I'm like, all right. He asked me, he said what he needed. He needed some logos, and they got some logos. And nigga needed a website. Well, nigga got a website. But they didn't do nothing with it. Because the actuality, he doesn't want anything for the cult. He wants it for himself. They don't want these things for you. They want it for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what the people talking about, and this is crazy how there's only 2 people in this room. It's fucking retarded. But the people, like when they say, "Oh, we need to get some land," the land's not for you to be able to improve yourself and have somewhere to live. You don't have to worry about all this other extra shit that you go on in the real world, right? That's not for you. That's for him or her. Because when you buy that land, guess whose name that land is going to be in? It's going to be in that person's name, not yours. You could have been a major contributor. Hell, you could have paid for it, funded the land, gave up the money to get the land. And guess what? That shit won't be in your name. It'll be in the leader's name. Guess who's out there in the field working, building the houses on the land? Guess who's planting the crops on the land? You. But once you go outside of that shit, you gone. You lose all of that. You build a house on there and everything. You don't own that house. That's the property owner's home. Yeah, you built it, but there's nothing in your name. You get what I'm saying? And y'all niggas sit there and fall for that shit. Oh, when you get some land, brother, do all that shit. Anybody said it, yo, punch them in their damn mouth. Need to get some land. And do what? More wickedness and I don't know what. The woman out here said the goddamn pedophilia, incest, all that shit was going on in Demona. And nobody was saying nothing.
That's two parts, and let me speak to the first part. Cults exist only for their own material survival. The community.
Exactly. The leader, the broke bum ass motherfucker. You the one went to college, got a degree, got a good job, got a family, got a car to drive. The leader ain't got shit. Like they talking about General Yohana. General Yohana was a dope fiend. And disappeared. That nigga wasn't teaching no truth. And in 2008 and shit, that nigga wasn't doing that shit. 2000, that nigga was on the street teaching shit. Until we saw Tahar and them getting all that money on the internet. Like, shit, I gotta try that. I gotta get this bread. Same shit. Y'all don't hear me.
Of which we have spoken, definitely is an isolationist kind of community and has not taken advantage of the many services that the larger community has offered except under duress, and when things have gotten to a point where those services have become almost a matter of life and death. That's an isolationist mentality that the community was begun with, that it is now attempting to go out of, but of course the unilateral leadership and its very egomaniacal desire to control every aspect of all thinking would like to hamper that process of somebody beginning to think for themselves. Second of all, the idea that,
for example, right? You in the cult, you on the goddamn land that y'all got, right? And some people work outside and stuff. You know, they got to bring and turn over their checks every week. That was what these people had to do. They had to turn over their checks to the cult. Right now, let's say, and this has happened like IUIC. You're a graphic designer, right? Or you make clothing, right? Now you make the garments for the cult, right? You make all the beautiful garments and stuff, right? Now, you want to make garments, like you don't make the camp garments, you made the Passover garments for the special occasions and shit. Now you want to make garments for brothers every day, for everyday life. Now, Sister Johnson, Sister Eziel, or Brother Nathan, or some bullshit, right? They might want some garments to wear. You know what I'm saying? To work or something. Let you make those brothers or sisters some garments to go to class with. The leadership can be like, where you get them garments from? Oh, Sister such and such sold me these. Yeah, she only charged me this month $50 for this whole suit, right? You be crazy as shit if they're gonna sit there and allow you to make money. You're gonna have to make that business through the cult. So the cult owns your business and you're going to be working for the cult. So guess what? You're going to be working for free. Just like you made those garments for the Passover for free. Just how you made those camp garments for free. Now, you want to make some extra money. You don't spend all this time and effort and all this shit. You ain't get paid for this shit. Now, you got like 50 people in the congregation that need suits that they want to wear every day of the week. Now, that's some good money, right? They're not going to allow you to do that. They can say, you ain't going to be making money off the truth. These are all our members. You making money off of them. They're not going to allow you to do that. They're going to be selling those garments, though. So you get to make them. They get to sell them. Because you're building this nation.
First of all, the community knows what's best for society. The community knows what's wrong with society. The community is protecting you from society. And yet, at the same time, the community rarely serves society.
That's true.
There are no charities set up.
Nope.
There is no relationship to charitable activities
Nope.
that the community can brag about and say, well, we have financed this situation. We donated when the tsunami struck.
Right.
They ain't doing none of that shit. Let you ask them niggas, say my rent $50 short, let's borrow $50. They be like, well, brother, you know, we ain't got it right now. We helping brothers, you know, all our money go to help these other brothers in these other states. It's always somebody in another state that they're helping. It's never a local member. And I used to think, I'm like, okay, we the niggas you looking at almost every goddamn day of the week. Who is these niggas that you helping? And why we don't know about these people? Where are they? Are they just brothers in the chat room? So, like, you helping them, you don't even know them niggas. Have you met them niggas? You met us. We here almost every day.
We helped out the people that were hit by the last great storm we had.
No, the sisters IUIC would spend out their own pocket and make dinners. One woman might make macaroni and cheese and a salad, right? Another will make baked chicken and some rice and beans. Another gonna make collard greens and I don't know, candy yams or some shit, right? And they're gonna bring that to the Sabbath class. After Sabbath, they're gonna sell them dinners for $10 a plate. And the money go to the school, not them. They don't get reimbursed for the money that they spend on that food. You get what I'm saying?
Those kinds of things are not pursued. Only the greatest society is only that place where you don't need to be involved in. You need to be right here inside of our little community.
That's very true, Yeshaya. Okay, so we're coming to number 8, which is cult members often work full-time for the group for little or no pay.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I just got finished saying that. Did I not just get finished saying that? The man, I told y'all the story 100 times. That man said, yo, don't go in there grinning at niggas and shit. Next thing you know, you're going to be making garments for free. He told me that shit in the 90s. It's 2021. These is grown people here. I bet them motherfuckers was little, young, when they went to Israel.
Oh my, where do I start? Okay, first of all, you work tirelessly day and night, and this is a tactic that's used in these particular cults to keep your mind preoccupied.
Yep, preoccupied. So you don't get the chance to do the things that you used to like to do, like play video games, maybe. Maybe you like to read goddamn novels. You be reading those scriptures now. You can be reading those novels. You're reading that wicked book for. Didn't the white man wrote that book? You reading the Edomite books, right? That's the kind of shit you do. Oh, that wicked ass video game. Huh? That game wicked. Got goddamn demons and shit on it. Huh? Oh, you like skate? What you skateboarding for? Huh? That's for the white people. Well, don't you know the best skateboarders is black and shit. The motherfucking shit was named after black skateboarding was started from motherfuckers watching the goddamn Black Surfer, motherfucker. Didn't you know that? They don't want to hear nothing about that shit. It's wicked. That's surfing is Polynesian. No, that's the heathen. The heathen was doing that. We wasn't surfing in Israel.
If you're working and you're working hard, you're so tired at the end of the day, you don't have the energy to go out and do any more investigation.
And they'll make you do things with your job and shit. Your job will fuck around and fire you. They'll tell you might need to look for another job. For the job you do, if the job won't let you off on the Sabbath, you might need to have to look for another job. Well, the industry I work, we have to work weekends. Well, I believe you in the wrong industry, right? If you believe in the Most High give you another job.
And anything else. Your mind is kept busy, and you're definitely not going to be paid for anything, and you're feeling too guilty because that's what he just said. Everything is induced by guilt. You're kept busy and you're not going to complain. You're not going to be paid, and you don't want to ask because you feel like, oh, well, you know, I'm saving the world. I'm so busy saving the world that my children don't have shoes. I'm so busy saving the world that my family doesn't have enough to eat. And I'm not worried about housing because at the end of all of this, the windows of the world are going to open up and blessings are going to shower down upon me, and I'm a good and a holy person. No, I'll get all of my blessings in the by and by. Does that sound familiar? Because in a lot of these religions, you're taught to postpone your good. Your good will come later, after you're dead or in heaven. You just stay busy. You just continue to work. Never mind the retirement and the 401k. Never mind, because those things are important. But what happens?
Those days might never come. They used to tell us back in the 90s that Social Security in 20, 30, 40 years or whatever is going to be non-existent. There's going to be no more Social Security. So we shouldn't worry about that. That's what they tell us. Sure, my thing is right again. I'm going to reset my thing. I want y'all to hear all this. I'll be right back. It might be good, but I'm going to reset it again. Hold on. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, that's one of the heavy ones, yo, that they hit us with. All the conspiracy theory shit that the banks are all gonna crash, the dollar ain't gonna matter, what we need to be worrying about money for. There was brothers going to their job telling their boss that they gonna come back and kill them, and rape their daughters. Because the scripture said we're gonna ravish your women. Y'all feel me? Y'all don't feel me. She's only 4 people. I don't know.
When you get old, you have nothing to show for all of that hard work. You don't know where all of those donations went. You don't know where all of the money went. The only thing you know is you came and you worked very, very diligently, sacrificed everything for your family, and you have very, very little or nothing to show for it.
Nothing. And guess what? When you go and ask something about it, and they know you've been exhausted, your money, your funds have been exhausted, that's what you know they're going to do? They're going to put you out. They're going to put you out because you no longer can make them any money. Plus, you no longer look at them as God. You know what I'm saying? So now you're a threat. You're a virus. You're a parasite to the rest of the cult. So they can't have you around. They have to go to each one. You know, sister such and such. You know, sister Michaela and shit like that. You know, she wicked. Like they told me about this woman, one of the dudes, right? He talking about, oh, we ain't like them niggas, and oh, you ain't never met no Hebrew like me, and all this bullshit, right? I put up the videos, look, nigga, the same shit going on. Know what he goes on to say? That woman, she got children, she ain't got no husband. The fuck that got to do with the fuck she say going on? She wicked, because she ain't got no husband. She wicked. She got 4 kids, no husband. Well, the scripture said a man supposed to be cleaving on to their motherfucking wife, nigga. He let her go. She can't leave that relationship. He got to put her out according to the code.
Now, basically, we're going to stop here at number 8 because our time is running out. We're going to come back to you with the last 6 points for Marcia Rubin's 14 common characteristics of a cult. So stay tuned. Hi, my name.
You have to hold your goddamn horses, baby. All right, here we go.
Shalom again.
See, here to go with that shalom shit. They out the coat, but they ain't leave the coat. They out the coat, but they ain't leave the coat. If they say shalom, I want to see one of them yarmulke shits on their head. Then I won't have nothing to say. If they come up on here, but one of them yarmulkes and stuff like the white Jews be having, I won't have nothing to say to them.
And we are back. And our subject matter today.
The reason I'm saying that, y'all, because, like, you know what I mean? You know, they picked up, like, the Jewish religion and not some, like, made up cult, some shit somebody just made up on the fly. Like, you know what I mean? There's no history behind that shit or nothing. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. People could believe in whatever they want. You believe in a can of Pepsi is all I care. I don't give a shit. As long as you ain't telling nobody you gonna kill them, the Pepsi guy come back and shit. I'm good. And you ain't telling that, oh, we gotta mess with the kids and do all type of shit. Other than that,
is cult-like characteristics and cult-like behavior.
Once again, these people live in Israel. This lady ain't sitting up in somewhere in Brooklyn and some shit. Her ass is in Israel, nigga. She in another country. You're not looking like at some African lady or some shit, some Ethiopian lady or something over there. No, this is a Black Americans y'all looking at that live in Israel. They got there via the cult. They wasn't born. Well, some of them probably was born there. There's a lot of them born there now, but you know what I'm saying? They're not from there. The cult brung them there. That's like somebody taking you from here and don't bring your ass home. You ever been with somebody and y'all go somewhere and the motherfucker leave and don't come back? You got your ass over there looking crazy and shit? That's exactly what the fucking shit is.
And we would like to mention again that this is a very profound subject in the particular country we're in, Israel. And in Israel today, we have been informed that there are 108 cults that have been identified at this point.
Damn. There's 108 cults identified. Oh shit. God damn, I'm about to set shit on fire in this motherfucker. Hold on. Woo. That was crazy. 108 cults in Israel today. Well, this is 8 years ago, probably. This is an old ass video. So, but damn.
So these characteristics and these behaviors, you need to pay attention to them. You might find yourself in a cult, or you may be in one and not know it.
Or have a family member.
Okay, I want to make this ninth point, and this is very serious. Cult members are isolated from the outside world and any reality testing it could provide. I want to say this about isolation. It doesn't limit itself, or it's not limited to simply physical isolation. The isolation of ideas and the isolation that can be created by allowing one to take your mind and cause you to judge everything that everyone else does that doesn't do what you do. And you
Brainstorm, you listen, you heard that? Remember what you were telling me the other day with the kids? The lady with the kids and shit? See that?
judge everything that everyone else does that doesn't do what you do. And you...
It's wicked, You're playing Pac-Man, that's wicked. You see the goddamn demons, Goddamn demons. You gotta chase the ghosts around. Who gonna chase around ghosts, and put them in their body? Who eats ghosts? It's wicked, It's wicked. Demonize everything. And they will find an excuse to demonize. They will find an excuse. You ain't got no beard, but you shake your beard up for it. You're not supposed to mar the corners of my beard. Why you gotta shape up?
Of being convinced that anyone who doesn't do and follow what...
Your dreadlocks is too long. Your dreadlocks is too long. You're supposed to pull your hair. They're too long. And really, it's just an elder that dreadlocks ain't as long as his. So, like, he don't want his hair to be longer than his. He feel like he got more authority. He more wise or whatever.
What you do and believe is negative, bad, deceptive, the devil, however you want to characterize them. That is also an isolation effect. And I wanted to point out that the psychological processes of guilt creation, which we've already discussed, are all fear-based. Those psychological processes...
Because if you don't change, God is going to kill you. If you don't let that shape up grow out, the Most High is going to kill you over a shape up. If you put it in a false tooth in your mouth, the Most High is going to kill you. He took it out because you're wicked.
Where we are made as members to feel guilty about what we do and do not do, do and do not wear. These are fear-based types of teachings and thought processes that the leadership utilizes, knowing that it is the fear that allows them to manipulate others, that allows them to cause...
You don't know anything. So you're being taught. So if you don't listen to your teacher, you're going to die. Do you want to die?
Others to be...
I'm telling y'all what I've been through. These niggas has been through the same shit. They saying the same damn thing. They saying the same thing. And all you gotta do is go to one of them Coke channels, hit the play button, let it play for 5 minutes. You're gonna see it right away. Right away.
Be isolated in their thinking, be isolated in their activities,
Right.
out of fear and out of guilt. So if fear and guilt are a large part of what's going on wherever you are number one, isolated, and number two, very probably being involved in some cover.
And when you buck up against it, you got nowhere to run because it's gonna be like a fucking cyclone. Everybody gonna turn on you. And where you gonna be at? All by yourself. You can't go home. You ain't got no money. You can't live there. You giving them their checks, your checks every week. If you're living under their roof, you got to give them the money. You know you can't go out on the streets of Israel. You ain't got no money to go back home because you ain't got no bank account. You have no use to save money. Save money for what? Because you got it all here. They feed you and everything. What you need to save money for? That's what they tell us. What you save money for? What you need a bank account for? You save money for?
Behavioral characteristics.
This is true. Okay. Okay. Now, point number 10 is cults are anti-woman, anti-child, and anti-family.
That's right.
Now that's saying a lot. And I could talk about.
Oh, no, you say somebody go to a class for the first time, right? Oh, no. You went there, this is your second and third day there, right? You already got your first lesson. You went home with your wife, your mother, and your father, or whoever, right? And they ask you some questions, right? Well, I don't feel that my wife shouldn't on her period, she shouldn't be able to sleep in the bed with me, right? No, that is you that I couldn't come up with a better one and stuff. I had some better ones, but this is a common thing, right? That they do to you the first week, and they'll say that sounds like something a woman is saying, right? And now I was very good at that. I used to use that a lot because I used to know these niggas go home and they girl get on their ass. Because I already know how they think, how they talk and shit like that. So something coming out of their mouth that's not in them, like, I'm like, nigga, your girl told you that shit. Your girl told you to say that shit. 9 times out of 10, she did. Like, nigga, your girl said, see, I show them the scriptures. That woman should be under all subjection. She ain't supposed to be able to tell you nothing because a woman has not been given wisdom. She has not, what would the scripture say? I have not given the woman wisdom and understanding. A woman can have knowledge, but she can't have wisdom and understanding. So, other words, you can show her how to mop the floor, sweep the floor, and how to balance the goddamn books or some bullshit like that. She got knowledge, but she ain't got no wisdom. You know, a woman to figure some shit out, like, you know what I'm saying? She nosy and all types of shit. So, but they use that for not to listen to her advice. You can put her up to do things for you. Oh, find out the background of this new brother that just came in here. The Most High got a spirit on that, put a bad spirit on that brother. Let's see what his past is like. And he tell his woman, and his woman hop on the internet, know all the shit to do, and all that, got the bank card to pay for it, because these niggas ain't got no money. She got the goddamn debit card, look the shit up and everything. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. And have her do all that stuff. But she said, well, I don't really think this brother is a no, bro, shut up, woman. Just do what I tell you. The woman has no wisdom or understanding.
This all day long. First, I'd just like to say that any particular organization, religion, dogma that separates you from your biological family is inherently wrong. And that's a strong word to say wrong, but the only time you should be separated.
These dudes told me one time when I was just joining and stuff, right? He said, man, them niggas gonna have you hating your mom.
From your biological families, if your life is in danger or that family's dysfunctional and the social system that's been set up for you and the legal systems that's been set up for you has determined that that is a totally dysfunctional family. Outside of that, anyone that's coming to you and telling you that your mother is evil or wicked, your father is evil or wicked, and you should separate yourself from.
Now, it's a setup, too, for them to be evil or wicked, right? A friend that I grew up with, right? He came into it with me. He didn't last too long. He liked the streets too much, right? And he had white people in his family. So, like, he had some white blood in him, like, you know what I mean, through his mother's side, but still, like, but his mother was a minister, right? And he would go show her things in the Bible, and she'd be looking at this nigga like, where the fuck you learn this shit from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. Like, where'd you learn all this stuff from, right? So, he's like, what Bible you reading, right? You right, I'm reading just the Bible you gave me. Remember, I don't read the Bible. You gave me this Bible, I don't read it. Now I'm reading it. Now I'm showing you these scriptures where you're not supposed to be in the church saying nothing. Imagine what that does. Mother or minister herself. You ain't supposed to be in the church saying nothing. Look, it say right here in the scripture. It's the same Bible you gave me. Same Bible you read. And now you telling me that I'm wrong. You're not saying I'm wrong. You saying God wrong. God is wrong. That's what you saying. So you wicked. So now, from that point on, your mother is desperately wicked. Right? Honor your mother and father, but she a heathen. She gonna die. Feel me? See how they set that up? That's how that works. You see, these other motherfuckers, they're not gonna tell you this because they don't know this shit. They don't know this shit. I lived it.
And go live in a separate type of society, all of the bells and whistles and alarms should go off in your head.
Because that your children are evil and wicked.
Yes, this is inherently wrong. This is your biological family, a unit that is supposed to be the most trusted and cherished unit in your life. Okay, so your biological family is our family members that are generally going to look out for your welfare, going to try to protect you at all costs. So that some bells and whistles should go off if someone is trying to separate you from your siblings, your parents. That's number one. Anti-woman goes without saying, because in many of these religious communities, they use the scriptures, and it could be the Quran, it could be anything, it could be the Bible, it could be any type of New Age, it doesn't matter. If someone is telling you that a woman is less than a man, and it is a woman's duty to serve her man, and a woman is relegated as a second-class citizen within that community and has less rights, it is inherently wrong. A woman should not have to stand behind her man, subjugate herself, cover her face, or anything like this to prove her righteousness or to prove herself as a worthy citizen in that community or even outside the community. Anti-children, it said anti-children.
Yes, anti-child.
Anti-child goes right along with that. The community that we were in preached that the order of righteousness and the way that God came down was through the man, the woman, and the child. This is deceptively incorrect.
And it was called the preferred order.
This is deceptively incorrect because even a child can teach you something. You might have a child that is intelligent and has enough common sense to teach his parents and things. So this is something that you can take note of, that God lives and dwells in everything, and while the child is there to be raised and to be taught, that they should be respected as equally as a woman or a man in society, protected and cherished and loved equally. And no one is less than anyone else in the community. And anti-family, if someone is coming to you to tell you that your husband should have more than one wife, to break down the woman because the woman is Eve and she's sinful or wicked, and the man is the king and paramount, and or they're taking your child away from you and expelling them from the community. This is inherently wrong. And even in many of the Holy Scriptures throughout the great religions, there's nothing in those religions that teach you to take your child and throw them out in the street. They take these scriptures and they like to interpret them in the way that is the most beneficial to them, from tithing all the way down to everything else.
I could sum it up by saying that cults are anti-woman, anti-child, and anti-family, and that is simply dehumanization.
Yes, exactly.
The 11th cult characteristic that we
Demasculating the black man from the young age, getting the man away from his woman, getting the man away from his kids. Same thing Tariq Nasheed, Blame the white people for it. Now look, guess who's doing it? We doing it. Goddamn Coke doing it. Own people.
To watch out for. Cults are apocalyptic and believe themselves to be the remnant who will survive the soon approaching end of the world.
Oh boy.
The doomsday philosophy. The end of the world is coming and only we are going to be saved.
That's right. You're going to be 144,000, huh? And you going through and you telling people about it. And the ones that reject, we used to say they sealed up. Because they say everybody is going to know the truth before they die. So we used to be like, yo, what about like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that already dead and shit. Like they never knew this shit. They said everybody knew the truth. Well, somewhere in your life, you was told the truth and you chose to accept it or not. So everybody is supposed to hear this before they die. Right? So if we go outside on the street and say, I don't believe that shit, we ain't no goddamn Israelites, right? And you deal with them, what is it, three times or something? You're supposed to reject them, and then that leave them sealed up. So the Most High gonna kill him. We gonna kill this nigga when Yahweh Shai come back. We can cut this nigga head off. Or as J.N. has said, we can give him a brick shower in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? So it makes you part of the winners. You on the winning team because you got this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You gear with this knowledge, and the people that don't accept it, God hates them. You're supposed to leave them alone. Like a lot of Christians do that shit too. Like, you know what I mean? They be like, oh, this nigga don't believe in Jesus and shit. I ain't fucking with this nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Well, they ain't saying that. They're Christian. But they might as well say that. They might as well be cussing and everything. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what God got planned just because they didn't listen to your ass. You know what I mean? Maybe you ain't got the truth. Every Christian church talk about their church got the truth and the other ones don't. They don't like this pastor over there. They don't like this pastor over there. They Baptist, they Methodist.
Everybody else is doomed,
Right.
and that's what it is meant by apocalyptic. The apocalypse, as described in the Old Testament and Revelation in the Bible, goes into all of these terrible things that are going to happen in the end times. And we know that right now, this is December, I believe, the 11th, and that makes us 10 days away from the apocalyptic date of 12/21/12. But we are betting with the new ages and the new energy that says that the only thing that's going to happen on the 12th, on the 21st of this December, this 12th month of the year, is that more infusion of the Creator's energy is going to pour into this earth, and it is here for all of us to utilize. So if we're in a fear-based or if we're in a guilt-based process and system, we gotta be careful because it could be a cult.
Number 12. Many cults follow. What is that?
An end justifies the means philosophy.
Okay. So basically, the rationale is if we take your wife and beat her, or if we steal, or if we lie, or whatever it is that we do, it justifies.
Hold on, we got a good one tonight, Brainstorm. We're getting towards the end of it, this first half, but it was good. It was going through different points, like and stuff. Know if you're in like a cult, and everything. There's a lot of good points, a lot of some new stuff, and some stuff that I already knew. Like, you know what I mean? Well, most of all of the shit I already knew, but they show the way they saw it and their walk. They were in that kingdom of Yah, you know, the Damon Israel people. They were in this group, and from what I see, these people have been in the state for quite some time. They might have came into it when they was kids. Their parents might have brought them to Israel. Because they came there in what 1970 something is when they got there. So some of these people were young, maybe early 20s or whatever. Maybe had kids. Let me go.
What we're doing because the ends justify the means.
It's a result-based philosophy. As long as the results are what we want, it doesn't matter how we reach those results.
So have as many children as you can because we keep those checks rolling in. And it's okay for you to commit a...
See that? Keep them checks rolling in. And keep them kids coming. And keep them checks rolling. Because you bringing your kids in there, next thing you know, your kid can be 16, 17, he can get him a job. And guess what? All his money gonna have to go there too. All his money gonna have to go to the cult. You people was handing over their checks to these people. And the people with the most money, they got the best living situations. So they got to keep them comfortable because they the ones got the money. You ain't got no money and stuff. You easily, if you buck up, you can be the on out of here. They put you out. They might punish somebody with money. They might get punished. But they got to keep them around for that money. They might just beat them.
Crime because
The broke ones, they're going to get beat and put out.
we're the saviors of the world. Your parents don't listen to them because, you know, take your mother's credit card or whatever it is that you need to do, because what we're doing is more important in saving the world, and nothing else really matters. So the ends definitely justify the means.
Right.
Despise not a thief when thy soul hungry. That's an excuse that the cult gave to steal. If you need something, you can take it from the heathen. They don't believe. You hear what the woman said? Take your mother's credit card. You're using that money for the truth. They don't believe. Because, you know, they just say in the Talmud too that you can steal or lie to the other nations.
We are divine, blessed, and wise, and everyone else is ignorant, uninformed, and wicked.
Another scripture, use the world. What they taught us to use the world, that means if you need, you got to get this money so we can get these things, these garments for the truth or whatever, right? So that means you can finesse some lady or some shit to give you a whole bunch of material, or for you to use the world, just do something, or all right, you making beats, you make music, so you got a bunch of like hood people coming in there and they want some old drill beats, so you giving them beats, they give you the money, you can get that money because you're using that money to push the truth. So basically they can tell you to go out there and sell drugs, which they was doing in the original ISUBK, original. A lot of brothers, they were drug dealers, and they was handing over that drug money, and people knew the money was drug money, and they was accepting.
So when you begin to hear people around you or anyone in what you consider leadership speak to you that way, be careful. This next point, number 13, it says that cults, particularly in regard to their finances, are shrouded in secrecy. Have we had a financial report lately from your community?
Now, Tahar told his members at a Sabbath, not a Sabbath, at a Passover, he said, y'all worry about what we do with the money? Ain't none of y'all business what we doing with the money. We do what we want with the money. He told the congregation straight up like that. We do what we want with the money. Don't you worry about what we doing with the money. Told him straight like that. None of your business.
What are we talking about?
Anybody else want to buck up to the elders of the Most High?
Complete non-transparency.
I think the word is opaqueness. Opaqueness. However, you know, it's a bit humorous, but it's not funny that that same person who has taken the hat as spiritual head and has taken the hat as divine entertainment head and has taken the hat as political head and appoints all other forms of leadership is also over and in charge of and the last word on all matters financial. And in the meantime, his primary financial focus is on your finances, which he loves to bring into his coffers in the form of what he calls tithes, though tithes represents tenth. And I was told by one of his co-leaders that it could be a 25th or a 35th or a 45th or whatever the leader decided he needed to have. And so I said, well, just don't misuse the term tithe because tithe means tenth. Of course, they told me I was an educated fool for even saying something like that.
Okay, so following the money trail often leads into an abyss. You can forget about trying to find out where all of those donations went and all of the money went, because generally it'll be in some Swiss bank account.
And worse than
I used to ask how I'm printing all these T-shirts and y'all ain't got no money to pay me. But I see the T-shirts getting mailed out. I see them being packaged with the stamp, with the damn mailing address, everything put on, ready to ship out.
the fiscal cliff, I can tell you that.
Okay, now here we are. Number 14, the last characteristic is there is frequently an aura of potential for violence around cults. Now, I can't say that I personally experienced any of that, but I do know firsthand that there was a lot of chastisement. There was a lot of beatings and punishments that were justified, and by saying that this person was disobedient, and they needed to set an example of this person.
It was called correction, wasn't it?
Yeah. So if you found yourself in a situation where you're being punished, and you're being punished without knowing exactly why you're being punished, you don't have a jury of your peers. There is no tribunal. There is no system set up within the in your community for you to be able to speak.
No due process.
Exactly. Where there's no due process, you might very well be in a cult. So I hope that these characteristics have helped you to determine.
Now, people forget too that when you're in a cult, let's say that you do get some land or some shit, right? Let's say you do get it. Guess what? There ain't no damn democracy in no cult. Y'all ain't got no say in nothing. It's a dictatorship. That's how the Most High set it up. It's a dictatorship. There's no democracy. You ain't got no say. It's what the leader says. There ain't nobody voting on nothing in a Hebrew Israelite cult.
Determine if you're in a cult or not. There are thousands and thousands of cults out there. So please make it your business to be aware.
The more knowledge that you have, the more protection you'll be able to provide yourself from cult-like characteristics and cult-like behavior. Thank you for joining us.
And remember, even a smart person can be indoctrinated and brainwashed.
Anybody got any questions or anything? Anybody want to come on? Got the link in the chat. Get on out of here. About a few minutes. What else is there? Yeah, man, but these are older people, so it's amazing. Most of the people that you see leaving the cult are young or someone young. These people look like they in their 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? So they've been in they probably been in this thing for fucking 30 years or something like that or more. Who knows? That's something, and it's deep when you move somewhere. You move to another country. They went to Liberia first, and within 1 year, people was dying. Within 1 year, they ain't last 1 year. Sickness and all types of crazy stuff was going on. Man, oh man, oh man. A whole bunch of other stuff I want to do. I just waste attention another time. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank y'all for hanging out. Brainstorm, Rudy, Jennifer, Myron. Yeah, Myron, gotta bring your behind up in here more often. Brainstorm up in here. What's up? Let me see. Hey, what's up?
What's up, Kella? How you doing?
Good hearing from you. What's going on?
Awesome hearing from you. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on with my notifications, man. I get your notifications after the freaking fact, so I don't know what the heck is going on now.
Someone else told me that like last week. Someone said the same thing. That they got. I put up 2 videos the other day in the same day. They got notifications for one, but the second one they didn't.
I didn't even know. I had no idea. Oh, he's my baby saying hi to you.
Hi. How are you?
Say happy. My sisters are back home. They went for their visitation weekend with their dad. Mommy, of course, Mommy, we had nothing but calamities that whole time. I know. That's our sister. Yeah, that's big. That's sister. Yes, it is. Because the dog chewed one. I told you the retainer. The retainer. $500 to replace it. $500. So the dog chewed up one daughter's retainers, the top and the bottom. No remorse, just both the top and the bottom. And then my oldest daughter, the artist, where is her eye pen, her Apple Pencil? What she's an artist, so she draws with her iPad and her Apple Pen or whatever that pencil is called. Yeah. Guess what? Dog probably got that too. How about that?
Gnawing on it. Just gnawing on it.
Gnawing on stuff. That was the most expensive freaking visitation weekend ever. That was craziness. And you know what was the craziest? He was like, "It's not my fault. The dog did it." I'm like, that is your dog. And what he does is your responsibility. Oh my gosh. Yes. Just destroyed. So I'm going to the dentist. I'm taking my daughter to the orthodontist tomorrow to drop $500 to replace her retainers because she just got her braces off. She literally just got her braces off. So if she doesn't wear her retainers, her teeth are going to start moving around again. And I'm like, that's $5,400 in braces and stuff that would go to waste. She'd end up having to wear another set of braces if I did nothing. So this weekend, and I tell you, after that happened, I had the worst. I was so mad. I had a migraine so bad I couldn't eat. All I could do was jump on and say, I got to go to bed. Oh my gosh. That was some craziness. I'm sorry. I know that, and that was probably a little bit TMI, but yeah, This whole weekend was pure tomfoolery and ridiculousness. The whole weekend.
I'm just picturing the dog just sitting in the corner somewhere. This dog.
I hate that dog. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? When me and my ex-husband, before we got our divorce, how long was it before we were divorced when he chewed my glass? He chewed my glasses, and I wanted to kill. I've never wanted to kill anything more than I wanted to kill that dog. I'm like, I wanted to kick him like a kickball and just see how far he can go. But I would never do that. You know, I wouldn't do that. I love the animals. But Mommy is talking. I was never able to find another one of those glasses because here in Houston, there's this place called Smith's Opticals, and it's downtown, right? So they have a whole area in the back. All the glasses are retro. You know what I mean? All of them are what do you call it when they're like old? Not just retro, they're vintage. They're all vintage. I got them from there. Gone. Can't replace those glasses. Those glasses are gone forever. I still have it, and I look at it and I want to drop a tear every time I do. And I'm like, dang, I hate that dog. Not that I hate dogs. I love dogs. I just don't like that dog.
And
I don't like that.
Sit there like, what? It was there. It tastes good.
I'm like, come on. But see, the dog is old enough to know he should. I mean, he's old enough to have grown out of that crazy puppy biting stage and chewing stage. Evidently not. So he's like, well, she needs to, she's a teenager and she should be, more responsible and put her stuff in a safe place. And I'm like, she puts her retainers right by her bed like she does at home, and she did the same thing over there. I mean, no different. She's being responsible. It's just the dog, that darn dog. I hate that dog. I hate that dog. I hate that.
Yeah.
Dog. Yes, I hate that. Yes. So.
Yeah. That's.
But yeah, it does suck. But I don't know what is going on because I used to be like straight up getting the notification. I'm just not receiving them anymore. I haven't received it at all. I had no idea that you were on until I was like, wait, I looked at the time. I was like, this is the time that he would be, because I was washing dishes with the kids. I was like, I got sidetracked. I was like, this is the time he would have been on. So yeah. I went in my and I looked, and that's when I saw you were on. I'm like, how did that? I didn't even get a notification. What's up with that? So maybe I should take the notification off and turn it back on. Maybe that'll do it. Maybe, I don't know.
But yeah, that's weird.
Maybe I'll try that.
I don't really pay attention to it that much with other my notifications I get. But I think that happens a lot too. Because I'll be like, wait a minute, see this one, I didn't get the notification for it. Like Nike did a video not too long ago, I didn't get the notification. That was good.
You know what? I need to get on his, and that's something I forgot to go on his channel and make sure the bells are, I guess the notifications are, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I need to do that and verify because I don't get any of his, the sleeping serpent. Every once in a while I'll get his, but I get his after the fact. And I'm like, okay. I try to get on just so that, just to show some, support to let you know, hey, I'm listening to you. I'm here, whatever. But it's kind of hard and it kind of sucks to get it so last minute or not get it at all, and then you know what I mean, and you're live but you don't have you know what I mean, you don't see who's on there, and the people that would normally be on there is not there because they're not getting it. So but I figured I wanted to jump on and tell you that.
YouTube always got something like messed up with their system.
Yeah, that's kind of
Every
weird.
time
That's
they
kind of
mess
weird.
it up. Like a lot of the people that got monetized channels and stuff, I've been seeing where they mess with their bread too. Like their thing is saying like they got less views than what they got, all types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they had to wait like a couple of months for the thing to catch up to like exactly like what they got, how many views and all this stuff. I don't know. There's always something.
That is so weird. I wonder why it does that. But I'll tell you, like I said, what I'll do is I'll take it off and like maybe refresh or close out my my YouTube and then go back in and turn them back on. Maybe that'll do some good. Maybe that'll do it.
I edited a video the other day. It wouldn't let me edit. It wouldn't save it for nothing. I sat there for 2 hours. I sat there for like 2 hours. I did all types of stuff. I did like everything I could. Nothing worked. It wouldn't let me.
No. So you were never able to drop it?
Nope. Like it was a live stream, but I wanted to edit out of it. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me. Nope. It would not let me do it. I mean, I spent an hour. I turned the computer off and everything. Like did all types of stuff.
Man, YouTube has got a ghost in the machine or something. Something's going on. Something crazy is going on. Well, I'm glad I was able to jump up on here and talk to you real quick. And hopefully my notifications are going to work, so I can be, in the place to be when as soon as you go live, and hopefully it'll work, because I'm like, darn, I just have to gauge you come on around what 12 o'clock.
Yeah, midnight.
12 o'clock midnight your time, which is about, I think, 11 o'clock my time. You're like 1 hour ahead of Central, right?
No, I'm Eastern.
You're Eastern. Oh. No. You're 1 hour ahead of us, right?
Yeah. Nah, I thought you in Texas, right? I thought that was like 3 hours.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Are we?
It's 2:27 here right now. It's 2:27.
It's 1 o'clock here. 1:30. Oh well, 1:31 or 27. You're
Well, it's only an hour.
huh?
So Central then must be, right? You're Central.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm Central. So yeah, we're 1 hour behind you. So you go on 12 o'clock your time, but 11 o'clock my time.
yeah. Okay.
So I'll have to put a little notification on a Google notification to be mindful of that time the next time.
I don't know if you talked about tonight where they was talking about how people will judge, like the people in the cult, they would judge like all the other people. They would find like nitpick and find things to disapprove about you that should be doing that you should be listening to them. So I had mentioned you. I don't know if you were on here then, but like you were talking about the kids and how like the child, the Hebrew Israelite and stuff, and, like, you know what I mean, nitpick, do little things about your hair and all this. They mentioned that.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I sure hate that I missed that, because I surely was living that. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's crazy. So how did they say anything about how they justify that?
Yeah, like saying that like God disapproves you. So they're doing everything right and you're doing everything wrong. So that's how they get you to like you said, every time they come around, well, you know, you shouldn't wear pants. And y'all sit there and they talk about you wearing pants.
Yes.
You know, you watch the movie or something, and they talk about, well, you shouldn't, or your head should be covered.
Yeah. I tell you, she gave me the most grief about me because I bleached my hair. So it tends to be, depending on how many times I bleached it, it would be kind of orangey reddish or kind of yellowy if I tone it or whatever, like a tannish or whatever. And she used to be like, you should not wear your hair that color.
Yeah, because she said it means you're cursed. Because in the scriptures is when it's like a sign of leprosy when you get a yellow hair.
Really? Is that what? Really?
Yeah. So that's what she's getting at. It's like a curse when you have a yellow hair. That's why they say white people and stuff is evil too. They curse. They got yellow hair.
Oh, so that's why.
Look, it's like a certain version of leprosy when the hair turns yellow.
Because she never 100% explained why.
Yeah, she got a tiptoe. Y'all cool. If you just somebody on the street, she would have just came out and said, but she can tiptoe.
But I tell you what,
trying to get you to understand.
I think she was trying to by sending me. She was sending me a lot of videos, a lot of videos, and she'll say, so what you think about that video? And I'm like, and I didn't want to lie to her, but I honestly did not watch the whole thing because they were long videos. They were long. And all it was a whole those guys are all they were just talking about I don't even remember what they were talking about. Gosh, what I don't even remember what they were talking about. But they were just talking. They were just talking, but it seemed like the videos were they looked like they were like all of them were produced by the same people. It's some kind of production company that put it out, but they were the same guys. You know what I mean? Almost like they had their own channel, like they have their own. You know what I'm talking about? But they were actually, huh?
Were they all wearing a certain color code?
Yes, purple. Purple.
That's IUIC. That's IUIC. That's IUIC.
Oh.
I was a member of the head group before I was in Tour Nights back in 2008, I think. I was in around 2008, 2010, somewhere up in there. Because I think I was in Tour Nights in 2012. So it was 2008, I was in IUIC. Yeah, they started.
IUIC.
Yep, they started in the Bronx, New York. The leader is an ex.
Mm-hmm.
New York State, Nathaniel Ray. Yep. You know the guy that said you now cannot go against the power. The white man said stop while you know down. Stop. That's the same group. That's the same. Yep.
Oh. So that group is pretty much everywhere. I mean, it doesn't matter. Are they in a certain state, or are there chapters in different states of that same?
They're in the UK now.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, and there was a woman that died. She was murdered. She was in the group. Decided that they started to see the BS in it, and wanted to leave, I guess. And I guess she was friends with some dude that was in the group with her too. And the dude got killed her.
What?
Nope. And they recently did an autopsy and found out that there was ecstasy in her system. And there was ecstasy.
No.
Like he was arrested once and then let go. And then they arrested him again. They gave him 17 years and he refused to say where the body was. Then a few months later, they found the body.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Young girl, young. And her mother was a single mother and she had a half-white sister. And when she learned about it, she was calling her sister devil because her sister's father was white.
Oh, my goodness.
So she was an Edomite. Eats her, she gonna die. And her mother can make it, right? But she don't listen to it. She don't want to hear none of that stuff, right? And she told her mother that this is my new family. This is my new family. Like these people, these are my brothers and my sisters. They love me.
So she just left her family and she went with them.
She was going to college too at the time to be like a what you call like the nurse, like that give birth or something like that.
Like a OBGYN nurse or something like that. OB.
She was going to school for that, and all of a sudden she didn't show back up at the dorm for like a week. And then the mother went for nobody seen her. She went to the cult, asked them, ain't nobody said nothing, would even talk to her. And they was going around telling the members don't say nothing. And they was making the members sign a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yep. So they can't talk about nothing that go on inside in the cult. And they erased the group chat. They had a group chat. They erased her out the group chat. So like she was non-existent basically. And then the police got involved. So when the police got involved, people had to talk.
Wow.
But they was making them sign non-disclosure agreement.
That is absolute craziness.
And the leader is a cop, is an ex-police officer.
The leader? The leader?
Yeah. He was the highest ranking detective in New York State.
Oh my goodness.
And he told me himself, right? We was in a car, we was teaching on the Sabbath in New York, in the Bronx. I was in the car. He was saying when the president come to New York City, he's the next in command under the Secret Service.
And he was the leader of that group.
Yep. And he had to resign. He had to resign from the force because he falsely accused 2 black kids of a robbery and lied about it. Falsely accused, false arrest.
See,
What's up?
I just don't understand why would even try to do that. Because they have a way of finding out. And you don't want to get caught up doing some bullcorn like that. You end up in jail yourself, lying, falsifying a government document. That's a charge right there.
Yeah. One of the other elders that was in Chicago, he got arrested for robbing some stuff out of people's house. One of the members gave him a house to live in. Wasn't paying rent and destroyed the house. Stole some keys from the house and everything.
Oh man, see.
They got money. IUIC don't got no broke members. People that join IUIC, every one of these Israelite groups got a certain demographic of people. Like you got GMS, those the booger eaters, those dudes the loners, rebels, the people that got picked on in school, people that got no friends, no girl, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then you got ISUPK, you got the ex-cons, the dope fiends and crackheads. You know what I'm saying? Then you got IUIC. There's the people wearing purple, right? Those are the people, the ex-church members, the people that went to church every day. The people that got careers, people that college students, people that graduated college, got careers. You know what I'm saying? People that, you know what I'm saying? They live a decent life. You know what I'm saying? They're not into no crazy black power stuff or none of that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? It's usually just like regular black people. Like, you know what I mean? Like middle America, you know what I'm saying? Working class black people.
Right.
And like college,
Okay.
a lot of education and stuff like that.
So what about that group with that lady, the one that got thrown in prison for abusing all those children? And she ended up just dying. What group was she in?
Oh, that was like some other group. I wouldn't consider them exactly like a Hebrew Israelite group, but she had Hebrew Israelite, some of her doctrine and like the way how she ran it was like, she had some run-ins with a Hebrew Israelite group, I would say. I wouldn't call them like an actual Hebrew Israelite camp, but their dress and some of their doctrine was like just like the Hebrew Israelites. That was Miss and Mother Anna.
Because I saw some of the pictures. They were dressed just like Muslims, like with the hijabs and not hijab. I'm using the wrong word.
And the man,
you know,
like the men that was in the picture, they had the beards and stuff too, like Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
So they were practicing the same thing, but they probably had like their own little twist. You know what I mean? Like what she might have been an ex-Hebrew Israelite and decided to branch off and start her own thing.
Oh, okay. So she was doing her own thing. She was doing a spinoff of the Hebrew Israelites, but yet saying she's under that umbrella, but she was just doing her own thing, like mishmashing doctrines here and there, making up her own.
Right, exactly. And that's what a lot of these dudes do. A lot of these new Hebrew Israelites groups that start up, those are people that left other groups that had a disagreement and started up and started teaching what they wanted to teach.
And I guess that would be the true definition of a cult, because it's like you're just making up your own thing and you're expecting people to, well, I'm sure there's oh dang it, my phone's about to die. My phone's dying. It's shutting down. Darn it. I'm gonna have to call you back when it logs. It's shutting down, and it's shutting down. It's taking forever to shut down. I
still hear you though. Yeah, she gone now. But yeah, that's crazy. So her friends is IUIC. I figured it was IUIC. I totally figured it was IUIC. What's up, John King? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, this shit's crazy though. How these people, there's like for every walk of life, there's a Hebrew. I see this one guy, he's getting kind of big now. He got a Hebrew Israelite group called Thug. I think it was called Truth or something. I forgot. But his girl was beaten by IUIC. Gotta wait for her to come back on here. Tell her that. Her girlfriend, his girlfriend, or his fiance. I saw a video the other day. He popped up on my notifications. I was like, I ain't seen this dude for a minute. Oh shit, I should have checked the channel. I was looking for a channel. I didn't know the name of it. See if I could find that old video. I heard some people made him take that video down. But he was saying that they beat his wife up. His wife was in IUIC. Her fiance at the time was in IUIC in Canada. And there was a brother that's supposed to marry her, but she was already engaged. And they were saying she can't marry that nigga. You gotta marry him. And the dude went to her house to claim his woman. Like, come on, woman, you with me. Yep. They said they were beating the girl up in the legs and everything. Crazy. I know, y'all love that shit, man. I keep letting it happen to you. And y'all women, too, that got y'all man and y'all ain't in no cult. Y'all talking about y'all ain't in no cult. You ain't in no camp and all that shit. You is in a camp. You in that nigga camp. You better leave that motherfucker alone and shit for your ass in your dead. Don't think because you ain't in no group that your crazy ass husband and shit. That's even worse. Because he just thinking up whatever he want to think. And you got to follow it. I know somebody my husband and shit. I'm like, bitch, you better get the fuck up off that shit. Talk about your fucking husband. Crazy as hell. Got you thinking you an Israelite and all types of crazy shit. What's wrong with you? I could do some cussing. I need every word of it too. That's what I mean. Thanks, Mo. Thanks, Jennifer. She hit me up. Keep that shit coming. No, she cool as hell. I like that. But man, what else I got? What else I got? I hope she get a phone plug back in. She can put the link back up in here too. She can't see it. Damn, Rudy, I ain't seen you up in here in a minute. What else? Who's gonna say? Yeah, that's crazy though. IUIC. Yeah, she didn't want to like break it down to her like real like abrasive and stuff. So that's her friend. So she really want her friend to join that. So she gonna be what they will call harmless. What is it? Sly is a serpent and harmless is a dove. That's how they say. So you gotta be real sneaky with it and be harmless. Like don't try to offend. You was one, Ja King? Which group was you in? They said be Sly is a serpent and harmless as a dove. So basically, she want to get her friend accepted. So they're not gonna be like, the Most High gonna kill you. The House of Wisdom. I gotta look that up. That's a hell of a name. I gotta look that shit up. House of Wisdom. House of Wisdom. It sounds familiar. Let's see. Motherfuckers, when they thought that shit up. Oh shit. Oh wow. Wow. You know what? That looks like they look like they could be a IUIC spinoff. They really do. It looked like, on some real shit, I'm just gonna say it off the top of my head. It looked like, because I'm looking at the thing on the internet now. They look like a group that spun off of the group that spun off of IUIC called the Israelite Kingdom United in Christ or something like that. It was called. The dude name was Barak Shar. I think that was his name. Barak Shar or Shar or something like that. The dude name was, but he broke off of IUIC over Nathaniel Reigns, the leader of IUIC's wife, telling his bedroom business to the other elder's wife. And it caused a split. And the way these dudes look, I've seen them before on the internet. I've watched them a couple of times. So they rock. That was putting people in the wait. Hold on, what the hell are you saying here? Hold on. It was putting people under a curse. Hell yeah, I believe that shit right there. Believe that for sure. A man died. Why? What happened to him? Like, how did he die? If you mind me asking, they rock a triple cross, same as Albert Pike. Mel Ramos. Had to take an oath. What was the oath? Well, yeah, how is Shaka? We're gonna kill all these crackers. See if I can see that triple cross. See, they got the, what is that, like a tree of life or something? They got, oh shit, that is a tree of life. That's the same shit. Chief Priest Ben Yah. You know how you could tell where they come from too? By their Hebrew. How they pronounce words and like they spell their Hebrew words. Whoa, shit. He took the oath and went home and died. Damn. So we agreed to the curses. So what? Like if you going off, like if you didn't follow the teachings of the group and stuff, that your ass would die. That's basically what they were saying. That's crazy as hell. Oh shit. Damn. See? And you see how it looked too? The way the marketing and the way everything's put together. And that's what Brainstorm said too. Let's see if she came back. First meeting man and make it great with the image. Abominations. Lord. Man. Yeah, cursing don't anybody don't uphold the law. Wow. Keep an eye on that one. Oh shit. Let me play some of this shit. I want to see the same. Like the way they say, yo, straight up, it looked like they broke off of because of the production. And that's what Brainstorm was saying. They had really good production and stuff. Bezalel was the first one to do that shit for the group. He was the video guy. Check out a couple of these. Awesome. What is it? God damn. They ain't got shit for subs, but they got $1 million productions. You gotta start somewhere.
What are we calling it again? Interview, dialogue with one.
Oh shit! Holy fucking shit! Holy fucking shit! Yo, don't not tell me this is this dude. Holy fucking shit! Yo, that is that him? Is that Gabaria? Do you know that dude's name on the right? Is that dude named Gabaria? That look just like fucking Gabaria. That is Gabaria. I know this dude, like, he from where I live at. He like from out here. That look just like Gabaria.
Respectful of congregation, on things that works the courts and waiting on heaven to wisdom. One class today, actually, I can't even call it a class, it's a dialogue, or even an interview with brothers from the old school, from the conception of a lot of these Hebrew camps that you see out there. We can name them: GOCC, ISUPK, IUIC, GMS, GM.
That is Gabaria. Holy shit. Holy shit. So where is this located? In New York or something? Or Connecticut? Where is this congregation located? That's why he said GMS. Because we both learned under the House of David and shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is crazy. You fucked me up with this. Wow. You fucked my head all up with this shit. That's fucking Gabaria. ATL. Holy shit. So that nigga out there trying to stir up the current. Dakota did. God damn. He from Connecticut. But no, Gabaria been in the truth a long time. Gabaria been in that shit since the 90s. He was one of the first Hebrew Israelites that I was cool with without like, he was teaching us some stuff like on the street and stuff. I would see him in the grocery store and shit like that. Holy shit. And I think I mentioned Gabaria not too long ago on the show. Like no less than like a month ago. I mentioned Gabaria on one of my shows. I was wondering where he went because I know last I saw he was in GMS. And that was before, that was like 2005 or some shit like that. Probably the last time I seen Gabaria, like on YouTube or whatever. And not seeing him like in person, like out here. Holy shit. Fucking Gabaria. I thought his ass gave this motherfucking shit up long time ago. I wonder who else up in that motherfucker. Because Laba Kai from IUIC, he's from out here too. And that was weird because that's how I got down with IUIC because I saw Laba Kai on there. I'm like, wait a minute, that's fucking Laba Kai. So I hit up them on the internet and shit, and they hit me back, and they put me in touch with them. That's how I came into IUIC. Because we knew each other from before. Wow. This is fucking crazy. Fucking Gabaria.
Man, as it goes on and on, they all derive out of 1 West 125th Street. The Israeli school, it wasn't Israelite school, it was
Israeli school.
The Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge. A little bit about my history. I came in 1990. I was a young lad. I was 16 going over to 17 years old. Wet behind the ears, but dedicated to the Heavenly Father. And when I came in, I saw brothers like Harag that was there. I came in a camp called the Mount Zion out of Brooklyn, out of Bed-Stuy. And we were dedicated. We went to camp 5 days a week.
Never heard of that.
5 days a week going out on the street. Fulton and Nostrand, 42nd and 8, breaking in new spots. And it was a full-time thing, preaching and teaching on the street.
And this dude on the left looked kind of familiar too. He looked like, what's his name? He looked like somebody that was in IUIC, I think. Or maybe he might be an old GMS member too. He looked kind of familiar, but that's Gabaria over there on the right, looking old as a motherfucker and shit. I can show you a video of Gabaria
and your
right
off
now.
time wasn't your off time either. You ran errands for the upper men that was out there. All right. So I came in around, once again, 1990, young lad at the time, and been diligent ever since. A little bit about the brother Harag. When did you come into Israel?
I came in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I came in, actually, they didn't even have a trooper program yet.
Mike is good.
Speak up. Okay. They didn't have a trooper program as yet. And I remember the time when they had a lot of guys. Gawat was teaching karate. You know, we had a lot of guys back then. It was very strict at that time. You know, I remember Johanna was actually doing Black Watch.
And you're saying Johanna, which is the lead of UPK right now, right? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right?
When I came in, actually, he used to have a camp on Flatbush Avenue, on Church Avenue. And during that time, I seen Ariella, and Ariella actually was one of the generals that brought me in. And then we started to get together and we purchased Mount Zion. I guess that's when Bunyala was over there. But back then, what I like to say is that during that time, Israel, now, all we say,
was below the surface. Serious.
The thing is frozen to the stars.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Those men were dedicated. They were seriously dedicated. And Masha has recently, he's passed away. Right. Obviously, we're going to get into the history about his passing. Yaquat obviously passed away. And I think the rest of the 7 are still alive, right?
Yeah. Aharon passed away.
Oh, Aharon, another brother out of Mount Zion. Harag and I came out of the same camp. Now, let me define what camp is. Camp now have taken on this term.
Camp used to be just where you teach at on the street. And where you learned at was the school. But niggas now call the camp the school. Like what they call the camp now is just the organization. But the camp back in the day was where you taught at. The location on the street corner you taught. That was the camp.
Term that means you got your own school. That wasn't what a camp was. One West was the center. It was the nucleus. A camp was only an extension of One West. So if you had a Brooklyn camp, you was the ones that was over Brooklyn. Or if you had a what camp did you come out of?
Connecticut camp.
Connecticut camp. It was an extension of the school, the headquarters. Speaking of that, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Gabaria, Brother Gabaria. I'm coming in like the brother that spoke before me in the late 80s. When I found out about it, I spent about 5 years coming back and forth to Friday's classes with Yeshaya. Coming on Saturday. Yeah, comedy hour. He had a very unique way of mixing the truth with comedy. Hilarious. And that's what kind of drew me to him until I got tired of the comedy and wanted more scriptures. So then we went to REI for that. So we would come to, I would come to the camps on Saturdays and Sundays, hoping that I can get to hear REI speak. It's where at times I would be able to hear Lahab speak, which at the time for me was very powerful, man. He had that deep voice, very, very militaristic, and bringing down this kingdom. So, yeah.
And those voices, you notice how they talking about how the people talk, their techniques. Brainstorm, you can get back up in here. Techniques of these different people talking, and it will make you more serious. Like, cause you would start to mimic these people. Like I said now, I say it all the time. I'm like, oh, you going off. Those are words from people from back then. And you got these kids like 18 or whatever, on 20, saying all this stuff like that's coming out their own head. Like that's the way they speak. No. You're parroting what you heard from somebody that heard somebody that heard somebody that heard somebody that heard somebody from One West back in the day. And like he said, he got tired of the jokes and wanted more meat. He wanted more scriptures. You know what I mean? Some people like the joking and laughing and stuff like that. And then they hit you with a scripture like about folly and be laughing all the time. So now you a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to hear the dude with the deep voice and sound militant. And your chest be all poked out and shit at class and shit like you a goddamn warrior. It's like Gabaria. Gabaria means warrior. Wow. This shit. You fucked me up with this, bro. Like, you messed me all up with this.
5 years before I eventually joined up with the 44th camp. And I didn't spend much time with the 44th camp because we eventually got the blessings of Masha, Shar, and REI came down to Connecticut and blessed the school. We had a big feast and all of that with that. And then the Connecticut camp was born out of that. And we got a brother got a question. So, which I'm going to say also, GMS, except for Tahar, Gabar, and Rakah, a lot of the elders that were from Connecticut, they came in from hearing the word from me. That toiling for 5 years in Connecticut before those brothers finally came
And when
in.
you say GMS, you mean Great Millstone.
Great Millstone.
That is on YouTube.
Exactly.
Okay.
So those brothers eventually, before they became the Great Millstone, I eventually parted ways from them. There's a whole story behind it, but I was no longer with them when they became.
Oh, we're gonna get into the story.
He was in it when it was all this celebrating. He was in that shit when it was all this celebrating. At the beginning, like I said, like they became Great Millstone like 2000, what, late 2000, not late 2000, early 2000, 2005, 2008, somewhere around in there, they became Great Millstone. Because he was there a couple of times, not a lot of videos, but some of the first videos that were on like Daily Motion before YouTube. And that's what I'm about to play now. I got a Daily Motion video queued up. But he was in there when they was calling themselves Great Millstone. He was in there. Because he left with them when they left Connecticut. Because they said Connecticut was nothing but a bunch of wicked niggas.
Dang.
Really, everybody just caught on to the con game.
That juiciness right here. We're going to get into it. But I think we got a question from one of the apprentice priests in the audience.
Yeah, this is the apprentice priest. It was Yale. My question is, as having 3 elders from the original One West train of thought and understanding, as time has fast forwarded and you all are able to see the evolution of not so much the doctrine, but more so the people, are you all pleased with seeing how everything is working from
Gabari 50 now. He got to be 50. He older than me.
The ground up, coming from that One West persuasion?
This make me think where Micah Allah at and shit. You're going to see Micah Allah in this video I'm about to play.
Absolutely not. My opinion, absolutely not. What we have right now is brothers testing, trying each other to see who can hold.
I wish I could talk to Gabari right now. I'm like, nigga, stop fucking lying to the motherfucking people, nigga, trying to get this money.
Hold on to the original doctrine. Yahushua spoke about building on from the foundation. We now have things that our elders did not have, like the internet. You can Google some things like 12 tribes chart and see how erroneous it is, how impractical and improbable and how flawed it is. But to be able to continue on with that flawed doctrine and dogma, I'm very highly disappointed. And that's just one of a plethora of things.
They about to get some money, nigga. They about to get this motherfucker bread, nigga. Them niggas is about to get some bread, son. They about to get some bread.
We must evolve. You use the term evolution. There is no evolving with the brothers. When I see the brothers on the street, it takes me back to 1990.
All right, come back.
You might as well see parachute pants and a jerry curl on them because they have not moved at all. All right, it's the same stuff. Let's evolve with the time. Let's go and begin to increase our theology, our understanding and comprehension. And we at the House of Wisdom speak on.
Check it out. This is how they gonna get them. They old school niggas from back in the day. So niggas is gonna fuck with them. But now they saying, nah, they was wrong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff they taught it was wrong. So now they coming with the new shit, but with that old school flavor. You know what I'm saying? They about to get the bread. They about to knock all these niggas out the box. Watch. They got the good motherfucking production and all that shit, the nice shit and whatnot. Watch.
So many things that time would not afford.
Motherfucker got the Bed Bath & Beyond curtains up of that, shower curtains up of that motherfucker. The wall and shit.
Whether it's the seventh covenant of sin, covenant of David, it just goes on and on and on. Our elders did what they could do within their capacity. It's time for us to take up the mantle from there. Not to belabor them or to belittle them. We need to look at them and say, Masha did and I knew Masha personally. I was his driver. Remember he had that conversion van? I drove him around. One of the most humblest men that I've ever met in my entire life. And he was the head of the whole thing. And a lot of times the radical One West was filled with a lot of brothers, ex-Islam, Fruit of Islam, FOI, I would say rejects. And then you had a lot of Black Liberation, BLA, Black Liberation Army, or militant brothers slipping in, and a lot of pastors and stuff from the Christian church. So all that mixed together, you had these militant, Islamic type warriors, but yet with Christianity sprinkled on top of it. And it, for a moment, held together. But you already knew it was coming to an end. So me, I am highly disappointed at what the youth of One West have done with being the stewards of that doctrine and gospel. It is absolutely pathetic to me. What say you?
I would say that too. You're not lying.
I agree. The only thing that I can say about that is with what we were.
I said that shit too. Like, there ain't none of this shit out here like that shit was back in the day. Ain't none of these groups out here like it was back in the day. None of them. I would say that's why I said GMS was the realest Israelite camp, because they the only ones that kept that shit funky like back in the day.
We're a part of. It caused a great awareness of who we were, of who we are.
It cut Kabaria off. I want that motherfucker talking about back in the day and shit.
You know, and it's just now you can't go anywhere and nobody really know about the children of Israel. Well, when I was coming in, they didn't really hear about it too much. Like if I would speak about the so-called Negroes being the children of Israel, people was like, what? You know, like a dog when you like make a loud whistle noise, they looking at you like, huh? Israel. But now when you bring it up, people know it, but they know about Israel through a lot of the negativity.
Right.
That's those guys that be cussing out the white man.
Niggas that be killing motherfuckers and that killed 14 people the last 2 years.
That's the guys on the street that be using vulgar language. So everything that they've been doing has just been negativity added onto who we are. So
y'all wonder where I be cussing this shit.
I can agree with the brother and the comment that he made, but
get the nigga out the coat. Can't get the coat out the nigga.
But the good thing that came out of that is causing a great awareness and awakening of our people to be able to find.
Good to see you, Gabar and shit, but you done for the night. Nah, I'm gonna show you a little bit more. That shit crazy though. Fucking Gabar, yo, that shit crazy, son. Hold on, that shit didn't load up. We got it on YouTube. Aria, that shit is crazy. That shit got me fucked up. I was like, oh shit. We got this nigga up on here. I can't even see that. Great. Here we go. Look at Gabaria right here, Jockey. Check this out. Second one from the right. Second one from the left. That's Gabaria. That's the dude that you just saw. This is from like 98. This is from when I first came in. When I first accepted it, that dude right there in the middle, the Spanish dude and shit, his real name is Edwin or some shit like that. I forgot his Hebrew name. The first dude on the left, I got in contact with him recently. He was talking shit about me on that video I did with Sonetter. And he was like, that nigga ain't from back in the day and shit. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker, I know exactly where you live at. Like, I picked your ass up for work. I know where your ass used to work, all that shit. He was like, oh shit. And he didn't remember me and shit. And then he remembered. We spoke and stuff not too long ago. I gotta hit him up again. Let's see if I can get him out here one day. Yeah, but that's Gabaria right there, the second from the left. When his hair was black. Not gray. But he used to look like Method Man and shit. Niggas, Method Man. Look at Gabar from GMS in the middle with his black hair. And Ralam Yob in the back, like the second one from the right. I don't know who that first dude from the right is. I don't know his name. And I forgot the first dude on the left. I forgot his
You people out there, when you find out that somebody's a homosexual, you say, well, no, it's okay, as long as he don't bring that stuff to me. So you know what you're doing? You're promoting it right along with the so-called white man. You're justifying it. Oh, it's okay, he can be a faggot as long as he don't touch me with that. Well, you're promoting it. That's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of you bonehead so-called Negroes, man. 2/3 of you going to get deaf. 2/3 of you West Indians going to get deaf. And you know what?
Don't they look like baby kids and shit? If you had like baby kids and just line their asses all up and shit. Oh, man. Fucking Gabaria still doing it. They see all these people getting this money. They're like, yo, we about to get this bread. Oh, shit, volume.
We're going to get drunk, man. We're going to have parties. That's what we're going to pass. You're going to get dead with that. You're justifying it. Oh, it's okay. He can. So,
Brainstorm, what she consider you is what they would call a 2/3. 2/3 are the 2/3 of Israel that's not going to accept the truth and going to be destroyed in the last days. So she would consider you a 2/3. That's what they call them. Now listen what the Israelites want to do with the 2/3. Will you promoting what? What you talking about, man?
Be a faggot as long as he don't touch me with that. Well, you promoting it. That's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of you bonehead so-called Negroes, man. 2/3 of you going to get deaf. 2/3 of you West Indians going to get deaf. And you know what? When that time comes, we're going to get drunk, man. When we see you dying like by the thousands, when we see the hand of the Lord upon you and put your ass to death, we're going to get drunk, man. We're going to have parties. That's when we're going to party. All right? Because that'll be the work of the Lord. Because 2/3 of you niggas, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, you got to go. You got to be put to death. A lot of you got demons on you. A lot of you are drug users, drug dealers, drug takers, faggots. A lot of you are perverts. And a lot of you are just plain sick in the head. So you got to die. And the beautiful thing about it, too, is you coming back. You're going to come back in the kingdom of heaven the right way. You're going to be born as a little baby, and you're going to be forced to learn this truth. Until then, in this life, you got to be put to death, man. There's none, you know what? We'd rather come out there and start killing you, man, according to the plans of the Lord. I don't want to talk to you boneheads.
Right. So, like what I was saying, the scriptures tell you to be as sly as a serpent and harmless as a dove. So anywhere on the street or whatever, she would have just like went off on you or some shit. But since you are her friend, she really wants you to accept it so you can go to heaven. Right? So you can go to heaven with a husband, with an Israelite husband and shit, because you gotta have the Israelite husband to go. And she wanted to get you to understand it without being offensive or so offensive, right? So she got to be as sly as a serpent or harmless as a dove. You know how serpents slide, but the serpent will hurt your ass and shit, but you got to be harmless. So she got like, yeah, you know, you look so much better in a dress. Oh, you look so much better. Or she might show you some things where dyeing your hair, the downsides of dyeing your hair. You know what I mean? So that's the being as sly as a serpent. You know what I'm saying? I convince you to wear, oh, look at this dress. Oh, I brought you this dress. Next thing you know, she bringing you over a new dress every week and expect you to have them shits on every time she see you. You know what I'm saying? Or get a little head wraps. Isn't this beautiful? This head wrap. You like how, girl, you like the way my hair look with this head wrap? You be like, yeah, I'll get me one. And next thing you know, you wearing head wraps. Now she trying to put fringes on your clothes. They see, you know, you a full-blown Israelite. Talking about shalom, brother. But you see here, if you don't listen, these niggas is coming. See these booger eaters right here? They digging up their behind and everything and shit. And they coming to attack. You see the staff?
Because a lot of you don't have no IQ worth it.
Some of them used to wear have swords. They used to walk around with swords on their waist.
Damn. You're gonna come back in the kingdom of heaven. All right.
So when you kill the 2/3, they're gonna come back righteous. Because the promise was given to Israel that they're gonna make it. But the wicked one's gonna have to die first. And then they're gonna come back through the booger eaters that are standing right here. Because they're gonna be part of that 144,000. So they kids, you coming back to your kids. Listen to what he said.
Up to me. So you know what you're doing? You're promoting it right along with the so-called white man. You're justifying it. Oh, it's okay. He can be a faggot as long as he don't touch me with that. Well, you're promoting it. That's why the Lord is going to destroy 2/3 of you bonehead so-called Negroes, man. 2/3 of you going to get
because you want to think with your own mind.
Deaf. 2/3 of you West Indians going to get deaf. And you know what? When that time comes, we're going to get drunk, man. When we see you dying like by the thousands, when we see the hand of the Lord upon you and put your ass to death, we're going to get drunk, man. We're going to have parties. That's when we're going to party. All right? Because that'll be the work of the Lord. Because 2/3 of you niggas, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, you got to go. You got to be put to death. A lot of you got demons on you. A lot of you are drug users, drug dealers, drug takers, faggots. A lot of you are perverts. And a lot of you are just plain sick in the head. So you got to die. And the beautiful thing about it, too, is you coming back. You're going to come back in the kingdom of heaven the right way. You're going to be born as a little...
See how he's standing there, and the one on the left with his fist balled up? He holding post. Like the other brother right there with the staff, he holding post. Anybody come near them, instead he put the staff out.
Baby, and you're going to be forced to learn this truth. Until then, in this life, you got to be put to death, man. There's none, you know what? We'd rather come out there and start killing you, man.
Hear that? They'd rather come out there and start killing y'all. Hear that?
According to the plans of the Lord. We don't want to talk to you boneheads, because a lot of you don't have no IQ worth a damn. We'd rather come out here and start slaying you. That's right. Thus saith the Lord. But
thus says the Lord.
The Lord told us to come out here and teach you whether you would hear or forbear. So
whether you hear or forbear.
We just doing the Lord's work. Yeah, that's right. And like
there go your boy Gabaria, jock kids.
Said about the homosexuals, you talking about, oh yeah, as long as you don't come near me with that, you should be working up a campaign to get the people of the neighborhood to get together and burn this nigga at the stakes.
Yeah, wickedness, straight wickedness.
An example for your children.
See the dude that's walking the camera, not the one in front of the camera, the one in the back, the second one from the left now, the one that's standing next to Gabaria. He's the one that he named you. He's the one that gave me the name your guy. That's Rashwan.
And the other people that's in the congregation or in the village. Right.
And the Lord even said
that's who I thought was in that other video with Gabaria.
That you're a foolish bunch of people. You know what?
See, that's the heavenly kiss. You see the hand, seeing the salute that he giving them? Watch. You ever see the old mob movies when they kiss each other on the cheek? And the scriptures are talking about giving your brother a heavenly kiss. That's what that heavenly kiss symbolizes.
And the Lord even said that you're a foolish bunch of people. You know what? The stupid.
Give him the salute. Abba Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. The Most High in Christ bless you, brother. That's what that means. You give him that with your fist, and you give the salute. You put your hand on, well, you put your hand on your heart. Say Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah, right? Then you give him the pound and stuff with your fist, and then you hug him on the left side and on the right side.
Stupidity of you so-called Negroes, foolish bunch of people. You know what? The stupidity of you so-called Negroes is legendary, man. Your stupidity.
Niggas is gay. Out here kissing niggas.
Is legendary. You are so damn stupid, man, that it hurts our eyes just to look at you. That's why 2/3 of you got to die, man. You have to go. You must be put to death. You have to die. You gotta die. Thus saith the Lord.
Now you notice they ought to say, "Thus saith the Lord," so they don't go to jail. Because they're gonna show the scriptures and stuff and say, "God say you gotta die for it."
Thus saith
that make it freedom of religion.
The Lord, all right? And it's gonna be a pleasure. Matter of fact, can I get one scripture? Give me the book of Jeremiah 16. It's gonna be a pleasure to hunt you down and put your ass to death. It's gonna
be a pleasure to hunt you down and put your ass to death. See that? You say them same groups, gay people with their families, but don't be talking shit to them. Facts. Facts. The dude that taught me is shit. Fucking I never met him and shit, but like somebody told me and shit that he had a gay brother and shit. And like that nigga like came up and shit. That nigga didn't cuss him out and no shit like that or nothing. That shit crazy. but want to kill somebody else's family, fucking gay relative or whatever the fuck. Want to kill them motherfuckers.
It'll be a pleasure to hunt you down and put your ass to death. You so-called white people, you haven't got a prayer in heaven or hell that's gonna save you. Your ass is heading for captivity, boy. That's where you're going. Captivity, slavery. And I don't care how many Uncle Tom niggas won't get in the way of trying to stop you. They're gonna die right along with you. I'm gonna read it out the Bible. Read. Jeremiah 16, verse 16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord. That's our job right now. We're fishing you with the truth. Here's the bait. The bait is the Bible. Now, a lot of you gonna bite. Well, let me say some of you gonna bite. Because we've been out here for years, man, teaching.
So you're supposed to be fishers of men. Say no longer fishers of fish, but fishers of men. Because like I said, you gotta go through the midst of the city and seal the people up. So you telling them the truth. If they don't accept it, Most High gonna kill them. They want them 2/3. Oh no, that brother, he gonna die, brother. He gonna die. You wicked.
And how many brothers came to the school? Only a handful of brothers. You can count them on both your hands.
See, look at him right there. I wanted to say that was me, but it ain't. But he out there wanting to learn, so they don't let him sit up there with them. He's standing on the outskirts, and he got his notes, his little Bible and his notepad and stuff. He keep his notes and shit.
With all these stupid ass niggas in Bridgeport, all right, only a handful of brothers came to the school. Only a handful of knuckleheads decided to change their life around and learn some truth, learn some knowledge about the Heavenly Father. The majority, where you at? And we're for you, man. Like a brother earlier made a statement, you act like we're against you. We're for you. We're coming out here and telling you you're the greatest people on the planet Earth, and you got a problem with that. What the hell is wrong with you niggas, man? You got a problem with that? If we tell you you're the greatest people on the planet Earth, that you're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, do you know what the word Israel means? It means he is a prince of power. Now, if we call you an Israelite, which is what the Lord called you, why do you have a problem with that? No, you want to be some damn African. You want to be some damn Rasta, Rastafari, Selassie, Dread, and all that bullshit. You want to be some damn Muslim. A lot of you niggas don't even know.
This dude that just came in the picture, he's still in GMS. He's the first one I met, I believe. I met him in a hospital. And he was telling me that my name wasn't my real name and shit. That was my slave name, right? It said we shouldn't be calling each other by that name. Then the nurse came out, the office and shit, came out in the waiting room and called that motherfucking name and shit. He's like, right here. That nigga went on his back. He's like, remember, brother, you an Israelite. He went in the back room, but he telling us that ain't our name. The lady came out and called him by his name, and he went back there.
Where Mecca is talking about, yeah, Mecca Medina, yo.
He's a cool brother, though. He's a cool dude. He in the cult, like the way he carry himself in there and shit, he all right, dude.
You can't even spell Mecca.
He's bugged out with that cult shit.
You're gonna talk about some damn Mecca Medina. And Mecca Medina is not the holy land of the Lord, dummies. Jerusalem is the holy land of the Lord. The word Jerusalem means city of peace. That's where we came from, in slavery. Slavery! We sung a song, swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I look over the river Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. The river Jordan is not in Mecca, Medina, you jackasses. The river Jordan is in Jerusalem. Look it up. That's why the Lord says, high time for you stupid ass niggas to wake up out of sleep. And we call you stupid, and really we're being nice. Because the Lord calls you worse. But you don't know the Lord, all right? None of you out there. I'm waiting. Which one of you out there claim to know the Lord? Step on up, man. I'm waiting. Which one of you? Here's the challenge. Take it up. Take it up. Which one of you know the Lord or claim to know the Lord? We're going to put you to the test.
Notice he got his little leopard skin. We call that shit. Not what do they call that thing to go around you? Damn, what they call that shit that wrap around you? Not the breeches. What that shit called? The girdle and shit. You got a little leopard print shit. I think did King David have one?
And you're gonna fail miserably. Because none of you don't even know how to walk down the street right. Simple ass niggas. You see a car coming, the nigga see the car coming, he don't have enough brains in his head to get out the way. If you tangle with a car, man, you're gonna lose. If that car hits you, you're gonna be in a world of hurt. So get out the hell out the way.
What you mean almost? That is what he teaches. This is like this before 9/11. When 9/11 happened, they was right up the block from here, giving each other high fives, celebrating. And they came and locked their asses up too. And they got, from what I heard, it was like some type of terrorist charge that they got. But they got out of it. They got out of this shit. That dude an old man now. He got gray hair. He look like Grady from Sanford and Son now. You see a new video of him. But shit, this is exactly what you said. Just like the jihads. Justification to kill infidel. That's exactly what it is. That's what I be trying to get y'all to understand. That's exactly what it is. But the niggas ain't got no resources like the jihad people do. Shit, they at least know how to make bombs and shit. These niggas don't know how to do shit. The Most High choking Killer B because he wicked. See that in cough? I hope he kill him. The niggas, the Killer B is wicked. Fuck that nigga. He wicked. Most High will kill that nigga. If he wicked, he wicked.
Nah, simple as no, yo. I ain't getting out the way. That nigga's in the wrong. The road was made for driving. The sidewalk was made for walking, nigga. And you niggas are simple as hell, man. And I'm being nice. That's why that time is coming, boy. That time is coming when we're going to put your stupid ass to death. Thus saith the Lord. Read. And they shall fish them. And they shall fish them. That's our job, to fish you shall hunt them. Right, the Lord said, and after will I send for many hunters. Now what do hunters do? Read it again. Read it again. And after will I send for many hunters. And after will I send for many hunters. What do hunters do? They kill. They kill. So the Lord said he's going to send for many hunters. The same fishes that you see before you, we're going to be turned into hunters. And we're going to enjoy every last bit of it, man.
In other words, they out here teaching y'all now. And if y'all don't want to listen, repent and follow them, the day is going to come where they're not going to be trying to teach no more and recruit no more. They're going to be the hunters. They're going to kill. Look at that face. The nigga right there, the Spanish dude, he out here, he got a camp out here now. I be looking for him now and shit. I ran their asses off the block not too long ago and shit. This is like a couple of summers ago and shit. I turned the motherfucking block upside down and they motherfucking.
When that time of killing comes, we're going to enjoy. It's going to be better than sex. I mean, we're just going to get into it, man. We're going to get into it. A lot of you simple ass.
That's what it'd be. It would be like conversations about how we going to kill the white man. How much fun it's going to be to kill the white man and wicked niggas and Africans and anybody else that we felt did us wrong through the city. The Most High come back, we're going to kill, we're going to rape your daughter. I remember one time we told this white man in the liquor store, he tried to act like we were looking for some wine. It was Passover. We were looking for this King David kosher wine. And like, it's hard to find that wine. It's like out of like 30 liquor stores, like one of them might have it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a rare wine. They didn't have it, so we walked out the liquor store. And the dude followed us out here. It was like, yo, let me have it. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? They acting like we stole something because we went in there and we looked and we just left. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't buy nothing. They didn't have the shit. Right? So we fucking cussed that motherfucker out. It was like, we ain't steal nothing. If anything, you stole from us. You stole our land. You stole our religion. You stole our culture. You stole our language. That white man was like, oh shit. It said, when Yahweh Shai come back, we gonna kill your ass and rape your wife and daughter. That's what we told him. It was dead fucking serious. It was serious as a heart attack on these motherfuckers. Shit. And that's when I was young. I'm in my early 20s. Like when you first come into this shit, your ass like a raging lion. You see that avatar for Ja King, that old crazy lion on fire and shit? That what your ass is and shit. You ready for anything. You got that spirit on you. You waiting for the kingdom right now. You want that shit to come right now. You don't want that shit to come next year. You don't want to wait till you get this new promotion or some bullshit. You don't want to wait till this paycheck come this weekend. No, you want that shit to happen right now. Hell no, they ain't mentally sound. Ain't nobody over there or was in that shit mentally sound. None of them. You did not hear the words that was coming out of my mouth.
I mean, it's gonna be a supreme pleasure to put your ass to death. That's gonna be a supreme pleasure, man. And you so-called white people, it's gonna be an extra supreme pleasure to put you to death.
See, look, they happy. Rosh around that big ass smile and shit. You can throw like fucking stack 3 Big Macs and shit and throw that shit in the motherfucking mouth and shit. God damn, look at that nigga smile on the left. God damn, that nigga got a big ass smile.
Because your time is coming, man. And we ain't gonna be like the so-called North American Indians signing treaties with you. Oh no, white boy. Your ass is going into captivity, slavery. Read on. And then
You see his face on the left? He holding post, so he gotta look left to right. His head gotta be on the swivel, watching the camp, in case anybody try to run up.
we shall hunt them from every mountain. Right, we're gonna hunt you from every mountain. You simple ass niggas in the church systems. We're gonna roll up in your church, kick down your doors, brutally put your pastor to death. Alright? And then them simple ass niggas who the Lord don't want
See
up
both
in there.
of them. Their eyes going back and left and right. The one on the right hand side, the one on the left. On the left move his head, but the one on the right, you can see his eyes going.
Church, they gonna face death by the edge of the sword. And like the brother, the high priest Ariel said, the sword is spiritual, man. You do feel it when you cut somebody's arm off. You lob their head right off their neck. You feel that, man. You see their head roll right down the street. You feel that. You ride up on somebody and you take a large sword and you demolish a man, cut him up in pieces. You feel that. The hell, you niggas are carnal, man. You go for a gun. Yo, look, back up, nigga. Man, we don't want no guns back here. We want the sword. Plus, we gonna have spiritual power too, man. Matter of fact, hold that. Give me the book of Psalms 110.
You heard what I said? You heard what he just said? You heard what he said? Yeah, spiritual power. Fuck shooting the gun. They want the sword. They want to feel it. You heard what he said? They want to feel it. Cut your head off. They want to see your head rolling on the floor. That's a sick, crazy. That like you said, the person not sound, mentally sound. Hell no, he ain't. And everybody that fuck with him ain't mentally sound either. Straight up.
We're gonna have spiritual power. You ain't gonna be able to do nothing against us. Give me another reader. I'm gonna let you come back. Give me another reader. Give me the book of Isaiah 54 and 17. Because the Lord is gonna give us spiritual power, and you niggas are.
Look at Ram, y'all. Blackhead got all his hair color. Them niggas is gray right now.
In trouble, man. You better hope. I know a lot of you standing there saying, that nigga crazy. That nigga's out of his mind. You better hope what we saying ain't true, because if it is, a lot of you niggas that ain't right, you are in trouble. So you better hope. You better hope you're a man of the Lord. That's all I got to say to you. Because if not, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Okay?
And this man was like homeless for like 10 years. Like, he used to ask all the brothers for money. He was known for asking all the brothers for money. Because he lived in a shelter or some shit.
So now, what did I call for? Right, no, Psalms 110 and 3. Read. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Right, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. You know what that's talking about? That's talking about you. A lot of you, when you see us get the power, a lot of you going to be willing to stand and listen. A lot of you going to be willing to come down to the school. But then for a lot of you, it's going to be too late. Because for years, we've been out here teaching you. Every last one of you that's walking here right now, you have seen us on TV or you know about us. Every last one of you. And that's going to be your judgment. So when that judgment comes down upon you, don't cry, nigga. Just take it like a man. Take your death like a man. Don't cry. Don't scream. Don't beg for mercy. Just take your death like a man. Okay, you got something? Yeah, bring it up. Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 3. Seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. That's beautiful, man. Read it again from the top. Seek ye the Lord. Right, seek ye the Lord. Because a lot of you out there, you don't know the Lord. Which one of you claim to know the Lord? Step on up. Crackers included. Step on up. You're going to find out you don't know nothing, all right? Excuse me? Step it up. Oh, okay. Oh, you know the Lord? Oh, yeah, what's his name? Nope, not
Jesus Christ. Jesus is a Greek word meaning Savior. Christ is a Greek word meaning anointed. He was not Greek. Matter of fact, he spoke Hebrew. All right? Because the nation of Israel spoke what? Hebrew. So you have to know his name in the Hebrew. Huh? Right, he was black, but he spoke Hebrew. So for you to know his name, what's that? Right, well, yeah, right, that's right. What you're doing is you're describing how he looked. But I ask you, what language does he speak? He speaks Hebrew. So in order for you to know his name, you got to know the ancient. No, he spoke Hebrew. He spoke Hebrew. In order for you to know his name, you have to know the ancient Hebrew tongue.
See, now, they give him the props to know to say Christ is black. He got Willie here, right? But he going to trump him and say that you don't know all the truth. He was Hebrew. He got a Hebrew name. His name was Yahweh Shai. And they're going to try to get his ass to go to the school.
Now, I'm going to tell you his.
And what they will call him is, with the scripture they talk about, like with the plant that grown in stones or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It grow for a little bit, but then it's just going to wither out and die and shit. That's the type of nigga that they'll say he is and shit. Because he's not going to come to the truth.
His father's name is Yahweh. His son's name is Yahweh Shai, which means he's the deliverer. All right? What's that? I didn't hear what you said. Do you understand what he's saying? I don't understand what you're saying. Huh? Help you? Well, you can be helped by listening. Just listen. You gotta listen. That's what.
You hear that shit? Niggas ain't got no money for you, nigga. Niggas ain't got no money for you. You're the man of the Lord. That nigga need help. You heard what he said? We can help you with these scriptures, nigga.
Problem with Israel, you don't listen. You gotta listen. The scripture say, give me that and be swift. Give me that. Listen, man. You gotta listen, all right? Give me the book of James, the first chapter. I'm gonna show you something. Now you call me brother. So if I'm your brother, what is our nationality? No, see? Now you're gonna say some damn African. We're not Africans. We are just for the last, what is it? Half an hour? I've been telling you we're Israelites. You haven't heard a word I've been saying. That proves that you don't listen, man. Now I'm gonna read out.
You see that? And that's what they do to get you to recognize that you don't know nothing. And that they the teacher, they over you. So it's almost like an abusive father or some shit, an abusive parent. It's on your ass for everything and anything. Right? That's how they try to break you down.
No, you gotta listen, all right? You gotta listen. Read. James chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, now that's true, you're a brother, and you are beloved, because you are Israelite. The Lord do love you. But this is what the Lord say. Read. Let every man be swift to hear. Let every man be swift to hear. You know what it means, swift? Be quick to hear. Quick to hear. All right, read. Slow to speak. Slow to speak.
Yeah.
Read on. Slow to wrath. Right. The point is quick to hear, slow to speak. So you got to be quick to hear and slow to speak.
No, you're not slow to wrath. You know, he didn't want to bring that out to slow to wrath because he's trying to bring the wrath on this nigga. He said, shit, I need help, nigga. He said, I follow the Lord, right? So that last part of the scripture didn't fit, so he didn't read that. Y'all didn't catch that shit. Y'all didn't catch that.
The point is quick to hear, slow to speak.
See,
all right, read. You know what it means, swift? Be quick to hear. Quick to hear. All right, read. Slow to speak. Slow to speak. Read on. Slow to wrath. Right. The point is quick to hear, slow to speak. So you got to be quick to hear and slow to speak.
You notice how they didn't explain the wrath part? Notice how they didn't explain that? Because it would contradict, like, you know what I mean? It would make him look bad.
And you got to lay off that drinking, man. You got to lay off that wine. Give me that in the Proverbs. No, you can't say nothing, man. You got to listen. You got to listen. All right, then. Yeah, I'm for real. You ain't.
He said, fuck you.
For real. You don't want to hear it. You ain't for real. What's that? Right. Where's that in the Bible? What scripture is that? What scripture is that? Well, you made the statement. Where's that in the Bible?
Hey, for real?
Where's it? Oh, man, you ain't for real. Goodbye, man. Anyway, read. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 1. This is why the Lord says this in the book of Proverbs. Read. Wine is a mocker. Wine is a mocker. Wine is a mocker. I guarantee you that guy is drunk, man. I guarantee you he's drunk. You gotta lay off that wine. You gotta lay off that drinking. That's why your faculties are not straight. You don't even know what street you're on. Let me ask you, what street are you on right now? Read.
Strong drink is raging.
Strong drink is raging. Now, you know, he drinks. You know why he drinks a lot? Because he's catching hell. But you know what? You don't understand that the beginning of the healing from him catching hell begins when he listens to the word of the Lord. Because the Lord explains to you, knuckleheads, why you're catching hell. You ain't gonna find the answer from a bottle of liquor, you dumb asses. You're gonna find the answer from the Bible. Because liquor ain't gonna save you, so-called Negroes, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans. The more you drink, the Bible just said it, read from the top.
Wine is a mocker.
The more you drink, the more you muck yourself, the more you make yourself look like an idiot. See, now Noah got drunk, but Noah was in his tent when he got drunk. He was in his house. You can drink and get nice, but don't come out here on the street.
So they don't teach that to be drunk out on the street, right? Even though GMS is known to be drunk teaching on the camp. They know him to do that. But we was taught when we get drunk, we have to get drunk in our house. So we can't be out in the street getting drunk. So we get at the point where we want to get drunk, we have to be in the house.
Because you make yourself look like a jackass, man. Your faculties are not straight. Read it again.
Wine is a mocker.
The Bible said wine is a mocker. Read on.
Strong drink is raging.
Strong drink is raging. And that also ties into other philosophies. The Lord compares other philosophies like Muslim, 5%, Baptist, all that bullshit. The Lord compares that to...
Notice the lady walked by with her daughter. They have to mention stuff like that. And what it does is get the people walking by attention. So if you get an old lady and you start talking shit about the Baptist church, right? That old lady gonna stop. Like, what the hell are you talking about? I love Jesus. You know what I'm saying? If you walk and you see somebody Jamaican walking by, somebody with dreadlocks, you're gonna start talking about Haile Selassie. The hell with Haile Selassie and Jah Rastafari. They get something out of the person walking by to make them stop. And then they're going to want to listen to what the hell you got to say. Then you're going to bombard them with a whole bunch of shit they never heard before. And hopefully that person takes the cheese on the track and get baited in. And next thing you know, they got a new member.
Wine. Just like you drink wine and you become drunk. Those of you that's in those stupid ass philosophies,
like they teach you, they humiliate you and teach you not to be emotional. They said men is not emotional. Only women are emotional. So that means when your feelings is hurt, nigga, shut the fuck up, suck it up. Like maybe if you're in the military or something, they tell you all that crying shit, that shit ain't doing nothing for you here, buddy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like it's like the same thing. So it breaks your spirit. And now you're open to be told anything and it'll be accepted because they already proved to you that they know more than you. You get it? That's the con. That's the game.
You are drunk on madness. Those of you who call yourself a Muslim, you are drunk. You are 2 times drunk. Those of you who call yourself a 5%er, you are 3 times drunk. Those of you who are in the church systems, you are 10 times drunk. And I got some good news for you so-called white people. Prepare for slavery. You're going into slavery, boy. That's where you head. Read.
Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder Right, stay yourselves and wonder. Because we wonder about you so-called Negroes, man. We wonder if any of you gonna wake up. Are you gonna wake up? We got the show. The first thing the brother says on the show is wake up. Wake up. When are you simple-minded Negroes gonna wake up from your simplicity, man? First of all, you're not Negroes. We say so-called Negroes, so you know what we're talking about. But that's not your identity. You are known as the tribe of Judah of the nation of Israel. You so-called West Indians, you're known as the tribe of Benjamin of the nation of Israel. You so-called, we have the sign right here, and we can back everything that we say because it comes directly out of the Bible. That's right. We're the only people, we're the only prophets of the Lord, because that's what we are. We're the prophets of the Lord. We're the only ones that's teaching the Bible word for word, truth for truth. Right? And we dare any of you knuckleheads to dispute us. We issue you a challenge to come up here.
Yeah, but if I show up, they'll be like, get on out of here, you wicked out. The Most High gonna kill you, nigga. I ain't wasting no time on no goddamn demon.
And dispute us wrong. Which one of you out there have enough brains to take up that challenge? Read. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. Right, we crying out, man. For what, 5 years? We've been crying out. You so-called Negroes, you know what? The problem is you whipped by a woman, man. You cool whipped by a woman. Cool whipped. All right? That's what it is. You got your head. You so-called Negroes.
Remember what I was saying before about the woman? She don't got no wisdom or understanding, right? But the niggas is up. Yo, that sound like something a woman would say. Let's ain't saying it.
You got your head up your woman's ass. That's why you can't think straight. That's why the majority of you don't want to grow your beard. Oh, what's my woman gonna say? The hell with what your woman's gonna say. She's only mad because she can't. She's only mad because she can't grow a dick. A lot of you women wish you had dicks. That's right. That's why you walk around with a funky, bad attitude, like you a man. Then you get your damn head knocked off, then you realize you're not a man. You get your head knocked off, you realize you're not a man. And you so-called Negro woman, you're gonna be put back in place.
Look at him smiling. Look at how I'm smiling. The dude on the right ain't getting no reaction from him. He hitting that motherfucking cane on the ground, clapping for that.
You're gonna be put back where you belong. Then you will be put in subjection. All right? Oh, no, go to.
Put in subjection. Y'all hear that, ladies?
Stay yourself right. Read. They are drunken, but not with wine. The Lord is talking about you simple-minded Negroes. You are drunken, but not with wine. Because a lot of you are drunk on the other philosophies, all right? A lot of you are drunk on Muslim. A lot of you are drunk on 5%. A lot of you are drunk on selling drugs. You go see the movie Belly, and you really believe life is like that, you dumb jackass. You go see the movie Belly, and yeah, man, yeah. That's how I gotta be. See my man DMX on the screen? Yeah, that's how I gotta be, like that. Then you end up with your butt up in the air with 5 bullets in your head. Simple, stupid ass niggas. You niggas are so simple and stupid, man. If I kicked you in the head, you still wouldn't wake up. Yo, what was that? A mosquito? Mosquito bit me in the head? That's how simple you niggas are, man. And your time is coming, man. Your time is coming. Because we tired of your simplicity. We tired of you monkeys, man. Like I was watching the movie Jumanji. There's a scene where they had a bunch of monkeys. That's you niggas, man. Get the movie Jumanji. You see the scene with the monkeys? That's you niggas. Jumping on the stove, lighting the stove, running in the stores, breaking the windows, stealing the TVs. That's you niggas, man.
Yo, what's ill about it? We'll get a lot of the people attention though, because they be saying some real shit sometimes. Yo. Like sometimes you gotta agree with the motherfuckers. Some of the shit that they be saying, like, and that's how they rope you in and shit.
And you think the KKK is?
These niggas are the original Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy Sotomayor be talking about people copying him and shit. Nigga, you got all that shit from the Hebrew Israelites.
Man, we're worse than the KKK. Hell, we'd like to start helping the KKK. Kill you monkeys. Then we're gonna kill them. After we help the KKK, then we're gonna kill them. Man. Anyway, read on. They stagger, but not with strong drink. Right, they stagger, but not with strong drink. Like,
we used to say the KKK, we hope the KKK start stringing up some of these niggas because they wicked. The Most High put a spirit on them to start killing these niggas out here. You heard what he just said. He said, we can help the KKK, then we're going to kill them. This is what I grew up on. What they say right now, this is what I grew up on when I came into this shit. This is the same timeline that they speaking now. This is when I came in that shit.
you see a drunken man walking like that guy that was up there a few minutes ago? The Lord says that you niggas that's involved in all these religions, the Lord compares you to a man that is drunk on wine, staggering. And first of all, we're not dealing with religion here. The word religion is a Greek word, religio, which means
the bind and snare and trap. To bring back the bind, snare, and trap. Religion. Religio.
Oppress, hold back, keep down, and restrain. The Heavenly Father never gave man religion. The Heavenly Father gave man laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's a good one too. That be fucking people up. Say God didn't give us religion. The word religion comes from the Greek religio, means to bind and hold back, to snare in and trap. So why would God give us religion? That's a good one right there. That get a lot of people too attention. They get a lot of the you could bang preachers up with that one. Yeah, I mean you could beat the shit out of a preacher with that one. You drop that one on, he'd be like,
no damn religion. So when you come up here, don't ask us what religion are you. We're not dealing with religion, oh simple-minded.
God didn't give us religion, gave us law, statutes, and commandments. That's what they taught. Gives us law, statutes, and commandments.
So-called Negro, we're not dealing with religion. We're dealing straight up with the Lord's laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what we're dealing with. Like it's a law for you so-called Negroes to wear your beard on your face. That's a law. Who says it? The Lord says it. It's a law for you to stop eating pork. That's a law. It's a law for you simple.
Most High says stop eating pork. Why you don't stop eating pork? Rebellion.
Minded Negro women to stop wearing pants. It's a law.
Oh, they go them pants again.
But you want to deal with some damn religion. That's why 2/3 of you gonna die, and it's beautiful too, man. 2/3 of you gonna die, and it's beautiful. And we ain't gonna shed so much as half a tear for your ass. For the Lord has poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. Right, the Lord has poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep. A lot of you simple-minded Negroes are sleeping, man. You're sleeping to your nationality. You're sleeping to the future of America, which is destruction, man. America's going to be blown up in thermonuclear destruction. Thus saith the Lord. A matter of fact, give me the book of Isaiah, the 54th chapter and the 16th verse. The Lord has even gave the so-called white man the technology to destroy his own self. By what you call the missiles. ICBM missile, intercontinental ballistic missile.
Hear that? Intercontinental ballistic missile. That's how we getting up out of here. When the missiles fly, that's when Yahweh Shai coming to save us and give us those spiritual powers, because the bombs ain't gonna hurt us. The nuclear weapons ain't gonna blow us up. We're gonna have superpowers, and we're gonna be going out killing the nations.
Minuteman missile, the Tomahawk missile, right, the Patriot missile. That's what's going to destroy this stuff. And we're happy to inform you, so-called white boy, that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. And you have done your job tremendously well. Read. Behold, I have created the smith that blows the coals in the fire. Right, the smith is the scientist. The Lord said he have created him. In other words, the Lord have given him the knowledge to build the missiles. All right? That's what this scripture is literally saying. Read on. And that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Right, that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. It's the Lord's work to destroy this place called America. And the instrument he's going to use.
Some real shit. There ain't no Hebrew Israelite groups out there that teaching this shit like that. Right now, it's just like some whole other shit. You can't put on no new shit and hear this. You don't hear this and that new stuff. This is that old Thai religion. No, I'm sorry, that old Thai Hebrew Israelite doctrine.
It's those missiles. Those nuclear missiles. That's the instrument that the Lord is going to use. Then the Lord is going to flatten it like a pancake. Thus saith the Lord. And all you people that's caught up in the ways of America, you got your fancy little car, you're going to die in your car. When you see that missile, I want to see you outrun that nuclear missile in your car. I want to see you outrun it. When that missile hits, that's it. You ain't going nowhere, but straight down. Read on. And I have created the waster to destroy. Right, the Lord said he have created the waster to destroy. What is the waster? Wait a minute. I thought God was all love. I thought the Lord was all love. Here the Lord is saying, by the prophet Isaiah, he have created the waster to destroy. He have created the waster to destroy. What is he going to destroy? America. 100% of this place is going to be burning red hot, man. Red hot. And guess what? The men of the Lord, the men that trusted in the Lord, they're going to be delivered out of that. That's right. We're going to be delivered out of that red hot, roaring fire. You simple-minded Negroes, West Indians and Puerto Ricans that trust in this so-called America, you're going to burn up right along with it. Read. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Okay, read it again from the top. 16. Yeah. Okay. Behold, I have created the smith that blows the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. Right, that's an instrument for the Lord's work. And the Lord said this, the day of the Lord is near. That's the day we waiting for, man. That's the day we waiting for.
He said the day of the Lord is 1,000 years. So 1,000 years for us is one day to God.
We wait for the day of the Lord. Get that one when it says,
this is where the 2000 surprise, Christ coming, Yahweh Shai coming back in 2000 prophecy started. Because the scriptures say a day unto the Lord is 1,000 years, right? So Yahweh Shai, who people call Christ, said that in 2 days he's coming back. So they took 2 days of Christ coming back in 2 days and saying in 2,000 years he's coming back. So that's where the year 2000 prophecy started. It doesn't make sense because like 1 AD starts. No, it was that.
So what is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness, light. Man, that's in the book of Amos. Because a lot of you people jumping up in the churches, now we're going to talk about you simple asses in the churches now. A lot of you people jumping up in the churches talking about, yeah, the day of the Lord, yeah, God, yeah, right, Jesus Christ, yeah, the day of the Lord. You don't know what the day of the Lord is about. A lot of you think the the Lord is all love. Yeah, the Lord comes down, hands lollipops to little kids, pats them on the head. You don't know the first and last thing about the Lord. Shalom, brother. You don't know the first and last thing about, and it's a pleasure to tell your dumbass that. You don't know the first and last thing about the Lord. You don't know the Lord. That's why the Lord said, my people are foolish. They have not known me. The Lord said that. And we bear witness here in 1998 that you're the same people, you're the same jackasses that the Lord was talking about when he said that you don't know me. Read. The same as 5 verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Right, the Bible says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Woe means destruction. You desire the day of the Lord, you don't know what the day of the Lord is about. As a matter of fact, when the day of the Lord comes, you see these skies before you, they're going to be covered with chariots. A lot of you won't be able to understand that. You know what the white man do?
He said it can be covered with, the sky's going to be covered with chariots. UFOs, y'all, that's what they talking about. We're going to be saved by UFOs.
They making a movie, yo? They making a movie, yo? No, that's not the white man making a movie, you dumb jackass. That's the Lord fulfilling prophecy. I mean, you niggas are incredibly stupid, man. And the reason you like that, we can't understand the reason you like that. The reason you like that is because the Lord got you that way. You know what? They don't have to go looking for talent to put on TV. They can just come in the ghetto and film your niggas. Call it the nigger hour. Show a bunch of niggas walking down the street like Fat Albert and the gang.
You said this show some niggas. Yeah, I gotta go, y'all. This shit too much. This shit is too much for my ass, yo. This shit is way too much, y'all. I'll play a little bit more. I'm getting out of here. This shit's
Right. In New York, they got tour buses with Chinese and
That's true what he's saying. The tour buses in New York that go through the ghettos and shit, and all the Chinese people be on the tour bus, like looking at all the niggas. That shit be crazy, like it's in the Bronx.
And Japanese and all that, they get in these tour buses and go through the ghetto, man, and take about 1,000 damn pictures. Just for you niggas, man. So you can go home and say, look, we went to the ghettos of America. Look at these pictures, we got all these niggas. Right. Look at the animals in the...
Big old white lady walking by. Yeah, I was on that bus last week. I got about 1,000 pictures of some niggas.
Jungle. Right, we went to the zoo. And we saw the animals in the jungle. Anyway, read on. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? Right, to what end is it for you? A lot of you that's in the church, you phony ass hypocrites, right along with your phony ass pastor. Boy, I wish we had some pastors. I wish we had some fat cat pastors down here, man, so we can scandalize them. So we can shame them, man. Them poverty pimps, they call themselves pastors. Them fat, double chin, big butt niggas, pork eating devils, calling themselves pastors. Running around screwing all the women in their congregation. Screwing other men's wives. We wish we had a few of you right here, right now. The time is going to come, we're going to line you up like they do in jail. We're going to line your ass up and execute you one by one. That time is coming, and that's going to be a pleasure. Phony ass pastors, phony ass niggas, calling yourself bishops. Read. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Right, the Bible says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. It's going to be a terrible day, man. And guess what? That day of the Lord is going to be here. And a lot of you niggas going to get caught with your pants down. When the Lord comes, a lot of you going to be like Jackie Gleason. Humana. That's how you going to be. Because first of all, you're going to see a black man. That's number one. Number two, he ain't going to be looking nice. He going to have a mean attitude. And he's gonna have a big sword to boot. And that sword is gonna be the laser beams coming out of that main chariot he's gonna be in. Because he's gonna be in a chariot. That's why they made the movie V, alright? That's why they made the movie Independence Day. That's why they made the movie back in 51, War of the Worlds. What is that dealing with? That's dealing with the chariots of the Lord. Alright? Read. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him. Right, there's gonna be no place to hide. And in that day, you simple ass niggas that believe in Allah, we want to see you calling Allah in that day of the Lord. Allah, Allah, Akbar, Allah, please save me, Allah, Allah. You're gonna be barbecued, man. Because the Heavenly Father's name is not Allah. Allah is simply a Hebrew word meaning power. That's all it is. You read the English. A lot of you niggas can't read anyway. That's why the Bible said, blessed is he that readeth. Well, a lot of you niggas ain't blessed because you can't read worth a damn.
I can stop it right there. That's enough for tonight. That's enough. I thank y'all for sliding through with me and shit. Brainstorm, thank you for coming out here with me tonight. Shout out to John. You put me on tonight, John King. You put me on. Look, thanks for that. Any man that was up in here. Oh, Hassan, I didn't see you up in here. What's up, man? It said Islam of the Redeemer and the Quran is the Savior book for Torah, Bible, especially the New Testament. Yeah, all y'all Muslims say that shit. I can keep it 100. I have yet to see a Muslim explain how the Bible was changed. I got some stuff. I don't know if I shared that in the video yet. I might do it one night with some stuff. Some Muslim was saying how like the Bible was written and stuff, but I never heard it from anybody else. John King, Sign, Rudy was up in here tonight. See Rudy in a minute. Jennifer, oh Jenny. Jenny, that's her favorite Penny. Byron Edwards. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out here tonight. I'm so tired of 3.5 hours. Yeah, y'all hit that motherfucker like button, share, subscribe. Y'all niggas can hit my cash app if y'all motherfuckers want this shit. And y'all, shit, I'm going out of here. So, yeah, thanks for coming on. I'll catch y'all later. Okay? I get her.